like the sun. We will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come. We will rise like the sun. I will never run. We will fight. Fight till we won. We will bite. We will smite all through the night. We never sleep. Never rest. Put the faith to the test. The self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's inside. All you see in us is barbarian. What we want is to be equalitarian. We will rock, we will never stop. Standing at the top of the hilltop, we will mock. Viciously, capriciously, we're tired of assault and the bigotry. You seem so full of wit and chivalry, but we will not beat your door, you'll break. I said we're done. We have fire in our veins and we will break these chains. I said we're done. We won't be ripped apart. You will be burned and battle scarred. We're tired of assault and bigotry. We'll stand and mock you viciously. Through music we captivate. Through songs and words we propagate. We'll mock and smear and slander. Infiltration, propaganda. After years there's finally resolution. It's time to start the revolution. I said we're done.
Ready to go.
I don't know where there's new subscriber every time I read it.
We're live.
Hey!
That was quick. It's happening. Oh no.
Wow. I did say we were
was-
going after the song, so.
Yeah, I didn't know it was right after, but still, delay on my screen. Everyone, welcome back to the Fumble Folks with us. The Fumble Folks playing our long-form campaign, The Rapid Riders. Let them introduce themselves. First of all, should we just go down the order same as last time? So first up is Bree.
Hi, I'm Bree, and I'm playing Dyanna, the Sun Elf Bard of Eloquence / Wizard. Yeah.
Next up is Zeek.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm playing Zeek Boomdiggles, the half gnome, half dwarf, half monk, half warlock.
Off
And-
then.
Currently sober.
Currently sober.
Ooh.
For
Way
about
of the
half a
sober
day.
master.
No, still way of the drunk master. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Next up, we have Doran and Halite.
Hi, I'm Doran. I'm playing the lovable half-giant Halite. He is a fighter, barbarian, ghostbuster, godslayer, dragon. You're scared of. He's scared of dragons. Yeah. That's it.
Cool. Next up, we have Sarah with Texas.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I am playing Taxes, the human of the group. Also, the rogue inquisitor of the group. She's not having a good time.
When is she? When is she having a good time?
Truly not having a good time.
Just general tagline.
Yeah.
Taxes. I'm not here to have a good time. I don't know how. And last but not least, Phil with Dewey.
Hey, I'm Phil. I'm playing Dunson Dewey Fairfoot. He is the party's ranger. He is a burb friend. He is not an actual ranger class in D&D. It's a swarm keeper. Is what he is. He is part dew elf and part halfling. So he's small and is exactly what you'd expect for someone who hangs out with a medieval punk rock band. He's just bloody Snow White, isn't he? Singing along while birds help him do his work.
Thanks.
except Snow White's birds didn't kill people.
That we know of.
Yeah. That's
That
true.
we know
True.
of.
Lie.
True.
I mean, they want to remake it, so we'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And messing up our player intros has been me, Sam, your DM. And as we rejoin our Rapid Riders on the continent of Osasris in the Cologneonmybutthole Empire, found themselves near Harling's Rest, travelling to an old tunnel used to wrest the nearby fort from the power of the Empire nearly 5 decades ago. They worked their way down and found ghostly figures displaying a pantomime of how they had passed from this world before the party went further in to investigate and provoked their malice. The fight was quick. Taxes was briefly taken over by the bodyguard of this group. But as the dust settles, ghosts dissipate, and the smog that was in the air, clouding the minds of both these figures and yourselves, having breathed in at some point, we re-enter this world. The smoke is slowly disappearing, as it has been plugged up from where it was pouring into the room.
Out of curiosity, Sam, was I fine all the way through that?
You did not breathe it in. No,
you
you
did.
did breathe it in, but you have a magic item as part of your... Still, you are able to breathe it in. It tastes like shit. It tastes very, very bitter, I remember saying. But apart from that, no, you're fine.
Sick. I'm gonna leave it back to you guys because obviously I need to catch up. Little legs.
Yeah, I plugged the hole, so hopefully it should dissipate within a couple of minutes or a couple of hours. I don't know. There's not much airflow down here.
Might have to wait a little bit until it dissipates, because otherwise we're just gonna start seeing things all over again.
Yeah, we'll give it like we'll take a short rest here maybe, and then if it doesn't dissipate, then there might be another place where it's coming through from.
Oh, which I really hope it isn't the case.
Can we,
I'll take watch.
can we take a look at the bodies of these people?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll drag him out. Just goes in and just picks up the...
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, after it goes away.
Up to you. You can do it now. You can do it later. But
Should I put it down in the
Don't
smoke?
do not touch them. Like, I want you to touch anything.
Halite is holding a... It's like a desiccated, almost mummified.
Can you just don't touch it, please?
Halite. puts it
Ow.
Yeah.
Big guy.
down.
Don't touch corpses. Don't walk into crazy weird fog.
It was literally my entire job.
Not right now.
Yeah, at some point I would like to go inspect the corpses.
Okay.
Yeah.
The smog, I think we discussed it last time. It looks like it's going to take an hour to clear enough that it's safe to just go in there.
We
So you
short
can
rest.
totally
then.
have a short rest and then go and investigate. So if you want to roll hit die, recover spell slots if you can, things like that.
Yes.
So yeah, Ben, this fog was called like the Trickster Smog or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, it had a visual field of like, it looked like mist across the ground, but it actually affected the higher up area, which was the trick of the Trickster
Yeah.
Smog. Right? If I'm getting that right, Sam.
Yes, so named Trickster Smog for a few reasons, sort of colloquially. One, even though smog hangs low to the ground, the actual gas is in the air above it. It dissipates that far up, enough to be potent enough to cause people issues. And second, it tricks your brain, makes friend indistinguishable from foe. Like an old mining hazard that people would have. Yeah, you can roll more about it if you would like to, but for now, Trickster Smog rings a bell. not some you never really a miner particularly, so yeah.
Anything I am as a minor or a nuisance.
Add in 14 hit points back. Oh no, 16 because I forgot about Constitution.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I got hit.
Die.
So
I didn't think I did either.
I'm not sure whether I got. No, I think I might have got hit, but I think a lot of it is still left over from a horrible wyvern time.
Yeah, same. Which is why I'm just not bothering for a moment. I'm good.
I will roll one.
Cool.
Good. Second combat did not get hit. It's fine.
Yeah,
No, you did the hitting.
I did
Just
the
too
hitting.
too strong.
Drunk.
Texas, how are you feeling?
Could be
Yeah, that
better.
was.
Could be better.
Yeah.
No lie.
What did it feel like?
Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do something.
How would it feel like? Like, would I have been aware of it or?
Yeah, it was very much. You could see through the eyes, but you had no control of the body. You could feel the thoughts that this. You know their name. You know their name is Alexei. You could feel the thoughts that they were having. Insane, definitely. They were thinking they need to protect the other two, and that you were all threats. It was like you were. It was like the thoughts were your own, but you had no control over what they were saying, what they were thinking. You just were thinking, "Oh, I need to kill these people now," and then you snapped back to reality for a brief moment before because Alexei was just breathing in the gas the entire time that she was in your body. So
Yeah.
then you started tripping out on that.
See,
You didn't get hit.
didn't get hit.
Yeah.
So, on one hand, I feel bad for the ghosts because I know they possessed me, but they were just trying to protect the other two.
Yeah.
On the other hand, they're a dick for making me breathe in that shit.
It's probably not.
I forgot I was
All
gonna
I-
do a thing like last week.
Oh yeah.
It was emotional. It was the moment, but I didn't. It doesn't really fit.
I'm sure it'll come
Dyanna
up
was
again.
crying, blah blah blah. It's fine.
Oh.
And then Halite jumped on taxes.
She's getting away.
Oh,
Super strong. It's fine.
Like, you're clearly stronger than everyone in the party, except for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was just gonna make sure you're alright. It's fine.
It could be better, but it's
Yeah.
okay. It's fine. Push it down deep inside until we get overdone with this. Okay.
Like no, I was gonna grab your face and make sure that there was nothing else in there.
Yeah, you can see that the wide pupils that left barely any whites left in the eyes, that has gone, that has faded.
Alright.
Sam, since
Hi.
Halite kind of knew what Trickster Fog was last week, can he make a roll if there's any lasting effects? Or
This
does
would
he
be
know?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. This would be a medicine check.
Come on, Halite.
Or you can do
Come on, Halite,
history,
you can do it.
and it's +5.
17.
17.
Plus 5. It's got -1. It used to be an 18.
You know that there is no known lasting effect. It was just the difficulty was you got to get them out of it because they are if it's a bunch of people, they're all going to start either running, mosh pitting or running away deeper into the mine. Once you get them some relatively fresh air, as long as they are out of it for a certain amount of time, they get better over time. Some people with more hardy wills, people who roll really well on the checks, snap out of it faster than people who have really poor wisdom and aren't able to focus their mind against what's reality and what's not. So yeah, the fact that Taxis is back and talking to you means that she's fine. She's out of it.
That's good.
If she wasn't, any lasting effects would have meant she was still running around like a lunatic or trying to stab you.
Yeah. So, if I remember correctly, Texas, you weren't breathing it in that long, so there shouldn't be any lasting effects. Or you'd still be going crazy if there was.
That's good to know. I mean, I appreciate not still being crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you're still hanging around with us, so I don't know. I think it's kind of up in the air with that one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you gotta be crazy for that. Lol. I did do that.
What's that, babe?
I don't know.
Some new lingo?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a crazy speak.
What does it mean? Lots of love?
yeah.
I remember my mum doing that. Sorry.
Yeah, same. My dad, like his mate, like sent him LOL, and he's like, "Whoa, why is he saying lots of love?"
That's a classic where somebody sent it after, like, "Oh, I'm very sad to hear about your loss."
LOL.
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 Why
Yeah.
the fuck are you laughing at me? Sociopath.
Anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Kind
Use
of.
lots of
Dyanna just invented LOL.
did it. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Cool. Okay. These bodies.
Yes.
And,
As the smog
Yeah,
has faded enough that it is safe. Yes, you see 3 bodies. Each of them have a rudimentary armor, stuff that you recognize as sort of what was scrapped together from Harling's warband. Those who were holding the fort against siege, essentially. Again, you sort of recognize these people. I do have a washing machine going. I'm going to go.
very, very loud.
I'm going to close the door.
Like, is that me? Do I have
There's
tinnitus?
some kind of weird monster in the pits of in the very
of
core of
Tartarus.
this mountain.
The sad realities of coming back from a nearly 11-hour day and just having crap all over your uniform.
No, it's fine. It was just like
ready for tomorrow.
You just like go straight into like the wash machine, just go into
Yeah.
it, and be like,
Jokes,
Yeah.
jokes
it
on all of
maintained
us.
its shape as it did. Just clunk.
ah!
Yeah, exactly.
Jokes on all of us. Our characters actually are affected by this fog, and we're actually fighting each other right now.
Yeah,
but
we
just
are.
imagine this.
It's just a bit strange.
um,
Don't know what's going
Halite is gonna like stay at the end of the hallway where we haven't explored yet, while people are looking at the bodies. He's just gonna be like,
on.
"If I'm being common, I'm gonna smack it.
Go smack it.
I'm gonna smack it."
I wanted to know what were their names, and like what did I remember about them?
I think that they spoke their names to each other at some point. If not, then Taxes would definitely be able to tell you, having been sharing a mind with Alexi.
I recognized them and stuff.
Yeah. You remember Gwyneth? I'll put this in the chat. Tundaf and Alexi. I guess this is sort of like Dyanna trying to recall old memories. So just int check DC 10 for everything. Every lower than that is going to be some stuff, but not everything. If that makes sense.
History? Did you say, or just?
This is just your personal memory. So I'm just going to say intelligence. Flat.
That's a 4.
You still get some stuff. You know.
Great.
But the one that brings comes closest back to your mind the quickest is Gwyneth, who was a female halfling. You know that Harling wasn't sort of like grooming her as another bard kind of thing, but was definitely almost like beginning to mandate her as a herald in some circumstances, as like, this is my message. Do you think you could like deliver a message to people? And here's how to orate properly. Here's how to get our point across. So definitely caught your eye as somebody who wanted to learn how to be a bard at that point, and Harling was always giving lessons to this person that was sort of like a who's this bitch kind of thing. Yeah, so you remember Gwyneth on her 4. But others, like there were so many people there of all different races, looks, creeds, colours.
Yeah.
There were quite a lot of humans because people were resisting the Empire. They wanted a free Fenrion. Alexei doesn't bring your memories back to anywhere in particular. Tundaf being a dwarf man. There were dwarves, definitely. They're less numerous here than they are in the east, but the most you get is remembering that there was a slight sentiment of anger towards dwarven people in general, because the fact that London Bridge was blown by dwarven gunpowder, and that they essentially sold the weapon to the Empire. It wasn't like a outright spoken thing, but there was definitely some
Contentment.
cold shoulders.
Yeah.
I'll put their names in the chat. Gwyneth, Tundaf, and Alexi.
Yeah, I got that. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. No, I because I thought last week you said I recognized them, so I had some.
Yeah, you have recognition of like, oh, they're in Harling, like they're in the armor that we were wearing. That kind of cobbled together uniform.
Okay.
The free bodies on the sort of the things that have survived the years. Alexi's longsword, the one that you saw her ghostly form wearing, that is still there on the ground. You see a messenger bag with a sort of a brass clasp in Gwyneth's possession. Tundaf has a hammer. It almost looks like a tenderizer-like hammer with little spikes on the end, or like almost pyramids along the end, I should say. Correlated pyramids. A warhammer.
Cool. Is there like little sigils of some kind, like the armor and stuff with a little?
Make an investigation check.
15.
15. The armor. Harling never really had like a symbol so much as the Fenrion flag. And you remember the sort of like quickly, not embroidered so much as just painted on aspect of that.
Yeah.
You can see some of that has survived for years. It's recognizable to you only because you saw it every day for a very long time, and you know where it should be and it's in the right place. You see a similar one is painted onto the edge of Tundaf's warhammer. You see that Gwyneth has put that onto. Presumably, Gwyneth has put this onto her her bag, her sort of messenger bag kind of thing. You don't see it on Alexi's sword. On a 15 on Alexi's sword, you would see that there is this almost golden acorn-like shape at the hilt. It's not really an acorn because it doesn't have a base. It's more of a quick at the bottom, ascending to a point along the blade. Looks more of like a claw than an acorn, I suppose you would say.
I was gonna say.
Maybe
It's like
a scale or a claw.
acorn sword. That's
like-
weird. I like it.
Give it to Warburg.
You can't eat that.
Make him a knight.
Battle squirrel.
Exactly.
Cast enlarge on it.
It makes him a small creature.
It does.
Of those
sword.
things, the warhammer looks pretty rusted. The sword and the knapsack look in pretty good nick.
Cool. Gonna point at anybody else and be like, anybody want this longsword?
Hold on.
Because
I
would
think
like it.
just gonna walk up to it and go. It's twice as tall as me.
Cool.
Long sword, it's not.
I would
Long swords are between 4 to 5 feet long.
Okay.
Hence,
Great.
long.
It's long.
It's
I
long.
would like to have it if that's
all yours, babe.
okay. Yeah.
You can have it.
And then the bag as well. Like, anybody want this? Because it'd be useful.
I'll take it. I haven't got a bag. I'm literally in trousers and a sash. That's literally all I've been wearing.
You would have put clothes on to be in town.
Cloak.
No, I mean,
And disguise self.
We've bought clothes for this reason.
I mean, if we were out like we are now, I would have gone back into.
The second you got out of town, you just...
Yeah, fair. Ah!
I mean, honestly, your boyfriend does it in town.
Your sleeves are bullshit.
Bullshit.
Rip 'em off.
I agree.
Fine. Yeah, just make sure you cover the little sigil on it. Turn it round or something.
Big guy.
Hmm.
You got one of your broken t-shirts?
Yeah. Just hand right back is filled with like scraps. It looks like a rabbit's nest.
I was probably
How many
expecting
do
you
you
to,
need?
to rip off your shirt then.
Honestly,
yeah,
I said it, and then my brain went, I thought he was going to do that. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
Halite is running out of shirts. He needs to preserve.
Well done.
And also, you guys don't give me money anymore, so I can't buy more.
No.
So,
I mean, for good
No.
reason. For good reason.
There's a reason. Because you keep buying shirts. Stop
I'm gonna
wrecking
just-
the ones that you've got.
I'm
I was
helping
gonna-
the economy.
No.
Just going
Help
to tie
our
the shirt,
economy.
the
Sorry, okay.
shreds of the shirt around where the symbol is. Like,
Yeah.
just,
Eh.
not
You
doing.
might have to undo it when you want to open the bag, but functionally, it's hidden. It's hidden.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like obvious, like, oh, they're hiding something. It's just like, oh, yeah, he's just draped some cloth.
And then with the other 3 foot of material that he gave me, I'll be like, do you want this back?
I mean, don't leave it around here. I think it might be rude.
Is this just from one T-shirt?
Yeah.
I could
He's the-
sleep in this.
I think it's the back bit. I know, right? It's so small.
I've had blankets smaller than this. Just gonna hand it back to him.
Thanks. Push it back.
So, just in case any of that gas is still seeping through, should we get a move on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took so long. My brain was like, what's he saying to me right now?
I was like, can anyone... Is there a lag? No.
It was, in my brain.
Yeah, sure. I will, go down the corridor, I guess.
Yeah, investigating the rest of the tunnel, you see after maybe 100 feet or so, it once again begins slowly rising above anywhere near where the fog could be a problem. And you make your way out, well, not out, sorry, make your way along to a point where you know the rest of this tunnel is sound. If you needed to use this to get into the fort on Heather Hill, you can do it.
Nice.
So whereabouts? Because it goes to the fort on Heather Hill, but like whereabouts? Like basement in the land outside of it.
You know it was within the walls of the fort. Beyond that, none of you would really know unless you popped open the lid.
Sound like a smart idea.
No, that does
No,
not.
it
sound
might
like
might break whatever's covering the entrance. We might want to keep it.
And we're
Also,
not anywhere
Sam-
near it as well, are we? So we could we can't just listen in and stuff. But I don't think that's a great idea anyway.
No.
Nah.
Also, Sam, I'm swiping the warhammer.
Okay.
We know this
Cool.
tunnel is clear.
Was the tunnel a straight shot here?
It wound a little bit. Initially, like you can see on the map, just right at this bit, it's mostly like a sort of like, oh, we need to build sort of down and then up again, sort of get our bearings. It looks like it's definitely built from the castle out, and they thought, oh, this should work, and then we just kept tunneling around trying to find a way out.
Yeah, so
Until we
I
finally went, oh, we should go up.
I meant more as are there any unintentional or intentional dead ends? Like, is there any labyrinthine element
No,
to it?
it's not labyrinthine.
Cool.
In any way.
Because if it was, then I was just going to start like trying to scratch or to turn into the rogue and going, you know the thing you do. But obviously, we don't need that.
Since the other entrance was trapped or alarmed, is this entrance trapped or alarmed as well?
No, you get the impression that was an alarm based on what story you know of how these three ended up basically not trapped down here so much as in tragedy down here. They probably set up that alarm so that if somebody came in while they were sleeping, they would know, and it's just held this time.
Cool. So
Also, might have instantly freaked out the ghosts.
are we going out the way we came in? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Should we trap this end?
I don't know if we can do that.
I'm guessing they, because of the gas and
Right.
the ghosts, they don't come down here. But it's a case of like, how do we find it when we're up there? Or do we only need it to know that it's clear so that we can bring forces in, and then there'll be enough people that it won't matter when we burst through the doors?
Yeah.
Halite is going to go up to the door. Does anyone stop him?
Wait, what are you doing?
Please don't open it. Please don't open it.
It wouldn't matter if I tried because I can't stop
Which
you.
door?
He's going to go up to the one that we're not allowed to open.
Well, no, we're not. We're not anywhere near that one. Are we? Are we anywhere near that one? I don't think so.
Yeah, 'cause we get to the end. We got to the end of the tunnel, didn't we?
You said you did go to the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, no, Hal, don't get anywhere near that.
Yeah, Halite, tell us what you're gonna do before.
I wanted to knock and see how thick it
No.
was.
No.
Could be. We don't know where it. It could be right behind the office of the. Would be on the basement for some reason. Of the boss of the Reeve. It could be. Is there a Reeve in Harling's Rest? Who's in charge of Harling's Rest?
Good question. I do have the answer written down here somewhere. You know that there are two people. It's not a Reeve, I believe, per se.
It's a general of some kind, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a Knight Commander. Oh no, there is a Rest Reeve. So you know that there is the ruler, this person who's in charge of getting things. That's a established military position, as opposed to sort of domestic ruler of Reevedom, where they are responsible for taxes and things like that. The Knight Commander of Harling's Rest is a man named Obanaron. You don't know that much about him, apart from Yeah, he's a dude named Vanarum. And you know that the rest reeve is a Fernin Trunt, who is a man who is skilled in combat, but very much retired from his fighting days. Reeve usually carries a sort of dread rank with it of like, oh, these are experienced fighters. He was, but he's very much into the administrative position now, especially with especially with a knight commander at the front of front of houses ruling.
I want to fight him.
Yeah, later.
But
not just not now.
no, but like Halite's speaking quietly because he's closer to the door. But should we listen anyway, just in case we can hear anything?
Yeah, I was gonna
like,
suggest
maybe not.
Maybe Tax can.
Yeah, I was literally just gonna grab Halite and just like, buddy, not you. Anyone but you.
Well, fair enough.
Even Roseberg over you.
All right, no need for that. Gee, man.
And then I'm literally gonna grab him by the finger and just walk him as far away from this goddamn door as possible. It's like, no.
We get like 4 foot away. He just stops moving. He stops allowing you to move him. Just in case someone pops through, I need to be near.
I had a 96 kilogram dog in. I could understand fully. Oh, I'm just not going to let you move me anymore. I'm going to stand still.
I'm going to sit here and not move. The only reason I'm moving is because I'm allowing you to.
I'm allowing you to do.
Halite 100% like that.
Yeah.
Especially with this 3 foot tall man.
Just
anybody
sits
mind
down.
If anybody mind if I put my ear up against and have a listen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn to the rogue and go.
I mean, I can help you if you want. We'll do it.
It's what you do.
I mean, it depends. There's perception or investigation.
It's definitely perception.
Can't investigate a sound.
It will be what you
I
do.
mean, you could, yeah. You could investigate a sound.
Okay.
But not listening is different.
Once you know what the sound is, you can investigate it.
Okay. Fine. Okay.
Or once you hear it, then you can go, oh, I wonder what that is.
Can I get help from Dewey if we do this?
I think Dewey's got
Yeah.
really high passive.
So Dewey's got more perception than I have, definitely.
Why don't you just both roll? Because you can't help someone hear something, can you?
True.
I'm more concerned about the stealth into the door.
Why don't you both make a perception check? And
You
we'll see
help
where we
someone
go from
hear
there.
by throwing rocks at people who are loud.
No.
That's how you help someone
It's
hear
not
things.
it's not a big deal. Just listen to it, and when we'll leave. It's just not.
Should we
it's not a big deal.
stealth to the door first, just in case?
Oh my god.
Yes.
It wasn't
Sure.
gonna be a
Roll
problem
stealth
for us.
checks as you slowly
I will take that roll
approach
for
the
stealth.
door.
For the stealth,
21.
that is 18.
See, I can't listen for shit. Okay? It's a natural one.
You're fairly happy that you're being quiet. Taxes, as you like.
I got a 21
your-
for being quiet.
You did. You are quiet. You put your ear to the door, and as you're like trying to focus on it, you get a little bit distracted because you see Dewey and a couple of birds all put their ear to the door as well. And another thing that gets you distracted is there's just this sudden like aftertaste of bitterness in your mouth, like right at the back, and it's all you can do to not like choke and make a noise. So that's a natural one is extremely bad luck. That's what causes this bad luck. A mixture of distraction and just suddenly like, oh god, I'm not going to go and say it again. Am I? Okay, I'm good. I think I'm good.
Dyanna,
Ah.
is it me or all of those birds leaning in with him?
Well,
I don't fucking know anymore, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't. You guys don't see the birds.
Oh man.
That's worse.
You will see Taxus look really fucking
They just
confused.
come out of
I do get help from them because I got 25.
25. Yes. You just close off all your senses. You close your eyes. You are just listening in this dark place. There's 25 is pretty damn good. You are the first thing that catches your attention is very muffled sound of like. Okay, something breaking. Maybe that's fire. And then just like the sound like. Toon, 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 toon. Oh. If we don't get him dinner, we'll stay out of the larder.
Oh.
It's in the kitchens.
Trent was just an odd word, but like clearly they're walking around, and as they get closer to where you are, you get more clarity in what they're saying. Then it's like, oh, that's a fire. Maybe they were breaking eggs or something, and then knocking the side of a pan.
The door we're talking about, is it an upright door or is it a trap door?
It's a bit of a. It's weird. It's like a diagonal, like you would like
cellar door.
Lift it, yeah, almost like a cellar door. And you would like open it up and out.
Yeah. Okay.
If you were so inclined.
Okay.
Nope.
Should I get
We are
anything
not.
else, then I will tippy toe away from it, and all my birds tiptoe away from it instead of flying as well.
Should someone like poke a tiny hole so they can
Nope.
see in?
No, it's
Do not do that.
like once I'll get back.
I'm
to
trying.
You.
No,
I'll get
no.
back to you, and I realizing
Stop
that
trying
it
to
goes,
enable the DM.
realizing it kind of goes into what I think is literally inside the building itself. I'll be kind of like, let's just back up a bit. Just back up a bit. Okay. It looks like it sounds like it goes directly into the keep itself. I think the kitchens are on the other side of that. It sounded like it anyway.
Shit. So this would be like a good we attack from the front and then have people going from
Got a
the
force
side.
we can take the keep.
Front
Yeah.
With
and
it.
underneath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird boy.
Yeah.
Do
Sorry,
I
what did you say,
know
Ben?
where the kitchen is the question.
Okay, I'll let you
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'll do mine in a second.
Dyanna, yes, you would know where the kitchens were. Nearer the sort of. So you've got the central sort of fortress area, like this is what we defend, and then there's like a splintered second tower, which is more like domestic quarters and things like that. It's within that central fort is where they built the kitchens, just underneath that central fort, but right next to the domestic area because they wanted to bring food straight up from it. So it's the north side of the main fort would be the best way of putting it. Basement. It makes sense in my head. Paint a word picture.
North
The word picture.
side.
Underground, but underground north side of the fort.
Basement. Got it.
Would you know where the door would be?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could hear I could kind of hear a fire, I think. So that probably means that that's relatively close to where the door is.
Yeah.
Okay.
How game are we for underhanded tactics?
It depends.
I mean,
On my end, obviously.
they
What do you
clipped
mean?
a hole. They clipped a hole in my ear and make me live in a canal. So
I'm aware of that, but I'm making sure.
But we don't want to be as bad as them, you know.
Oh, fuck that.
oh yeah, no, I
What do you mean
That's what I'm saying to
underhanded
Ben.
tactics? What do you mean? What do you
We have a secret route into the kitchens and some incredibly potent poison.
Yeah.
Thinking the same thing.
Whoa, ooh.
I was going to say.
Not now.
Oh yeah,
But-
no. I mean we could. No, we can't. No, we don't. We don't do that.
They're both looking at each other.
We're good though.
We're good.
Let's not do that though. But we're
I
good.
mean, me personally, I would rather you fight and ain't like apparently a really good warrior instead of poisoning them. But you know, I
Yeah,
can see
well,
that,
you will definitely get a chance to fight. Not everyone's gonna drink the stuff, eat the soup.
Yeah, but life if I was retired, I would definitely do that.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
But you know, that's just me. Ignore my lust for violence.
We usually do.
Yeah, yeah. We just glaze over that. Yeah, I was gonna say I would rather it would I don't know. It would be good to fight them, but I like that.
Even
like
if it
that.
just
There's no
cripples
honor.
a good portion of them.
Exactly. I was
It
like,
could-
oh, it should be honorable, and no, you know what? No, it's not. It's not
But
honorable.
what if an
Fuck 'em.
what if an indent eats it? Like a taste tester. People have taste testers.
No, but there
We're
are
not-
indents in there, right?
But we're not trying to. I'm
But
not.
they could poison them accidentally.
I'm not suggesting that we just poison him. I'm suggesting we put it into the gruel that gets fed to all of the soldiers
Oh, that's a good
In-
point,
in-
actually.
in
But
time
you
for
would-
mess.
That's a
you-
good point. Would
You
they
would
be
kill some indents?
different food? You said the gruel, whatever, the shit stuff the indents would have, and the nicer stuff that the humans would have, right?
There might be still some taste testers that would be indents, though.
Not for the common soldiers. They
no,
wouldn't
no.
be.
Not for the
Yeah.
common soldiers.
Sam.
Right, you're
And,
correct.
and that's the people that's what we would be trying to take
Would
out.
they make the food for the soldiers here?
Yeah, Sam.
Probably.
Was there an area outside the fort? I'm trying to think back to the map.
I can send
got
the map if
got the
you want.
map of Harling's Rest there. Stream Queen. Are you able to?
Maybe.
But
That's a new nickname, Stream Queen.
Stream Queen.
Queen.
I feel like from what I remember of the map, there's an area outside the keep, which is where soldiers are. Is that correct, or am I?
There is a barracks that is outside of the keep, sort of on the same level as sort of the residential areas near the foot of the hill.
Right. So
There would
yeah,
definitely be guards garrisoned in the fort as well, but
but their food
common
would probably
guard,
not
yeah,
be
exactly.
made in those. It would probably be just for people within the keep that would be.
Yeah,
made
people
for.
within the keep probably get fed from these
There
kitchens.
you go.
That'll probably be an
It might be
outside.
that it might be that this is exclusively an older map, but I've adapted this since. But
Yeah,
pretty much
sorry,
that building.
Sorry.
That building, I don't think I've sent you the most recent one in a while.
Amazing,
But that
cheers.
building, you can see the keep obviously there. That big one, that grey one, underneath the hill from it, that is the guards' barracks kind of thing. The church is on the far left hand side. That other bigger building
next to the wall.
Yeah,
So
near the graveyard is the church.
it would be a different area, but that is, if we wanted to do that, that would be a separate. It wouldn't be the kitchen. It depends on who we'd want to hit with that. But I see what you say. I know what you're saying, Halite, about how we would get some of us indents, but if we don't do that, we'll have to anyway, because they'll be coming to get us.
But you could just knock them the fuck
I
out
have
instead of just
something
poison.
to say, Halite.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my call.
We are going to. What I'd like to do is try and recruit as many of them as possible. And if they don't come, they have made their choice.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I don't like the thought of it, but it's going to have to happen. When we were first attacked at the gig, it felt horrible. It felt horrible having to attack other indents like us. But
the difference is they were attacking us as well. That was self-defense. This is just outright
and
poison.
and the ones up there are actively lording over others and reaping the benefits of working with the people who would put that silver ring in your ear. Just because they haven't actively done violence to you doesn't mean they won't do violence towards you.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But
There
yeah.
is a difference.
Hopefully, if we can get this flyering thing done right, then hopefully there'll be more among them that I'll be willing to turn on the people
Possible
giving
plan
the
for the
orders.
future.
Yes,
Yes, it is a good idea.
definitely.
Just to remind me, sorry, Sam. With those kitchens, they weren't the soldiers' kitchens, were they? They were the keep's kitchens.
When you took it originally, those kitchens you think were being used just for the sort of nobility. It quickly became for everybody, because when you were in there, you imagine it went back to being used just for nobility. But maybe things have changed. Maybe
like that,
it's
though.
this is for nobility and a couple
way
of
better.
officers, or
Yeah.
difficult to say. You would need to either have somebody on the inside who goes like regularly in here, maybe a member of the guard who could give you inside information, or you would need to sneak in as one of yourselves with a disguise and say, "Oh yeah, I'd like to just check out the kitchens with a good excuse entered here."
Health inspectors.
Health inspectors.
We have some potatoes.
Yeah,
Or, yeah.
I'm just thinking of the worst case scenario. So, but I've said what I'm going to say.
I mean, the worst case scenario is literally following through with that plan and going in to be health inspectors with potatoes.
I'm here to check the spuds.
I feel
I'm
like
here
this
to-
might be another Taxes and Dyanna
Yeah,
adventure.
yeah.
Doodaloo.
Well, I don't think
The
anyone's going
itchy,
to take
scratchy show.
the miserable little child with them into government inspection, are they? So I don't think I could go.
It just yeah, the itchy and scratchy show. And this is like Taxes and Dyanna. Okay.
Well, it
yeah.
wouldn't be Robbie and Roberts, because that's what we fucking call ourselves all the time.
Roberts.
It's different. I don't know. Robbie,
Associated.
Robert, Robbo. I don't know. Robert's another one. Bob.
Okay. All right then.
I'm
should
saying this
we-
conversation is happening maybe 200 foot away from a door, far
Yeah,
out of
on the
listening
way
range.
back.
I would say
Oh,
we're walking back
Yeah.
at the
Okay,
entrance while we're
Yeah,
talking.
I was
about
wondering,
this.
is that we're here, are we going to do something, or like a walking back?
No.
Walk and
You
talk.
guys, yeah.
Back.
It doesn't
So,
take you
we're not-
super long. So, yeah.
Should we fill this place up with gas again?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. No.
Okay. We just don't want.
Was it affecting me at all?
No.
No.
Not at all.
I mean, I could just if you want me to, I can just unplug it once you're all out.
Yeah, we know it takes an hour to clear up, roughly an hour.
I was gonna say Sam's gonna go.
Oh no, that's been gassed out.
Summon Sam.
He has been taken by the gas.
Summon
Come
DM.
back to us, DM. Come back.
Sarah, it's your turn.
Yo, what's up? Come back.
Dora.
Didn't
Wow.
work. Mm.
Summon
Horny.
sexy boy.
Yeah.
That one took a while.
Summon
What was
sexy
your
boy
spell?
worked.
Summon sexy
Summon
boy.
sexy
was.
boy. Your magic
yeah.
spell changes each time, but it stays true.
Yep.
Right. You guys have walked your way back. I will say you're sort of having this conversation in front of where you can see you collapsed that gas. What's a proper name for when gas leak? Yeah,
Gas.
where you collapsed the gas leak.
I'm just wondering. I'm worried though that if I guess we're not gonna. Yeah. No. Okay. We're not gonna want to go down here in an emergency.
I mean, if we are, we can just hold our breath.
Mm.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So maybe it's a good idea. Yeah. Why not?
You reckon in a dead sprint you could get from where the gas pooled to where the gas was
Yeah.
so far below the level?
Yep.
It definitely clung to the ground. It's like almost like CO2, dry ice kind of thing. It clung to the ground. You know that's, again, part of the trick, but you played with the elevations enough to know that you can get to safety on one breath as long as you're sprinting.
And if not, I can carry the people all going crazy.
Yes.
Why not? Yeah,
Just
okay.
Dyanna in your arms stabbing you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It would be. Just saying.
Wow, it wouldn't be the first time I'm carrying something that's trying to kill me. That's what I'm
Oh.
saying.
Okay.
No, that's not. I was like, that's not me. I didn't do that.
No, sorry.
No, it's not something I did. Okay, good.
Yet.
Glad we Yeah. I'm glad we cleared that up.
Cool.
Okay. Anyway, let's go home.
Yes, these things are heavy.
Yeah, should we go
I'm
back?
gonna assume you left them outside. I'm dragged from all the way down and dragged them all the way back.
I'm not dragging
Maybe
them,
I'm
they're
wrong.
on my shoulder. They're on my
Very
shoulder.
true.
Oh no, you wouldn't. You just leave them there. Oh.
No, I'm not like
As
some weird
you-
animal trying to eat my things.
As for 5 of you and 2 wyvern heads, make your way. Battle at Wyvern Head just sounds like a rock concert now. But
Oh my god.
It
Anyway,
is.
That Halite solo career.
you make your way back
Double wyvern
down into town. The sun has set by the time that you can see the I think the Roaring Spirit, the Burning Spirit, the really posh upper fancy tavern glowing in the distance with a spiral of smoke coming from the various chimneys it has. The town is still a little bit hustle and bustle. It's autumn, so it's not like everybody's gone to bed because the sun's gone down. But it's not packed. People are beginning to go home to their families after a busy working day.
So,
Where
is
do we-
Texas going in and, being the negotiator and forging our names and stuff? Isn't that the plan?
I thought we were just gonna give our own names for this. No.
I
No.
thought
Okay.
just gonna turn to the human. Just are we getting the money, or are we doing this for the fame?
We could.
The plan, as I remember it, and correct me if I'm wrong, was that you are going to, in public, this is the Rebellion's thing, and that's going to be announced tomorrow morning after you have claimed money from the Empire under a pseudonym of some kind. So you're going to get the money, and the Empire's going to say, "We did it! We paid the bandits, we solved your problem," and tomorrow you're going to announce, "Yeah, no, the Rebellion solved your problem.
Solved it.
And we took the money from the Empire.
And we took their
because
money.
We just took their money.
But to do that, we need to leave no paper trail.
Yeah.
And
You need to
taxes.
leave no paper trail. You need somebody either unrecognizable or won't be recognized in a hurry. And you need a pseudonym to claim it under, a fake name. And I would say you're smart enough to know that nobody's going to think a single person took down 2 wyverns without being somebody that the Emperor himself should be paying attention to. So you probably need a fake group name to put under that as for the mercenary work, essentially.
Robert's Rascals.
Robert's Rascal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay,
And I can disguise self and go in there if you want.
sure. I mean,
Someone that they've not seen before.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we didn't talk to Lilac about this plan, did we?
No.
All right, okay.
He don't know. What he don't know can't hurt him.
Yeah.
There's so much that can hurt this dude.
Yeah,
And so much he
I
will.
Yeah, I know, but you know.
You can fit so much sadness in this battle.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Are we going? Is there like a town hall or?
You would know that barracks that I was talking about, that sort of guards barracks, that's the place to claim a bounty.
So
in
like
this-
inside the. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm.
we can do some snooping.
Snoopy
well, not
snooping?
snooping.
Oh no.
While we
okay.
get the money.
I should not come with you.
Nope. Maybe after we get the masks, do what you want, but like. okay.
In that case, then, are we able to loiter somewhere near the hill?
Not behind a
Yeah.
tree.
No. So not within earshot of if they're running and they need help, but not making it obvious that I'm, trying to do that. Just if there is
Yeah.
somewhere to gather wood or a well or whatever.
It's a good question. The answer is kind of it's a residential area apart from this sort of birth of free space before you get to the barracks. A group of people hanging out outside the barracks is going to catch some eyes. More of a residential area where it's like they could be doing something or nothing. I would take that as like a performance check from a group performance check of like.
Oh no! That's why
I'm
I want to
good
do it
at
on my
those.
own.
Oh, you on your own. That would just be your performance check.
Whatever those two want to do, that's their choice. This is what I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm hanging out around the barracks.
I'm gonna be the good little indent that I should be and help out with chopping wood and things.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah, there's not really a wood chopping area right outside here, so
you know what I mean.
yeah,
I have a suggestion.
you could definitely be like carrying something and just complete the route a few times as you're carrying it back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a suggestion for you though, if you want. If you stay within 120 feet of me and I know where you are, then I can message you.
Is the property big enough for me to be in a specific place that you can always reach, or I know that's a Sam question, but
yeah. Doesn't say I have to see you. It just says you have to be in reach, and I point my finger towards a creature within range.
Yeah, it's a. I treat it less as a sniper shot than a blunderbuss, so you can just say, there, message to, and as long as your hand is roughly pointing in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because I believe, is it just a verbal component or is there somatic?
All three.
I believe it's a copper wire actually.
Yeah, but my guitar is
Yeah. So you need to be able to strum it in that direction essentially.
Well, my guitar is a spellcasting focus, so.
Yes, yeah. So you need to be able to.
It's just I have it.
Oh yeah. Even if you just run your hand along it, just making sure that you can point it in that direction. That's fine. It's not the most subtle thing, but it's not immediately like I'm casting a spell. It's just like stroking your hand along your guitar to send a message. Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah. Can go through 1 foot of stone. Yeah, I'll be fine. Everything will be fine.
Yeah, foot of stones. What? Less than that? What do you reckon? A wall better there?
Yeah.
I think so.
What?
Aim at a window.
Yeah. Stand outside the window.
Halite is just gonna be doing. I don't know what Halite's gonna do. He's gonna be He's gonna disguise / cover the 2 wyvern heads that he has over his shoulder.
That's an important question. Are you taking the proof in yourself, or are you leaving it outside?
I mean, Dyanna has the tooth.
Yeah, we've got the eggshells as well.
And the eggshells.
How heavy is it again?
Just
very heavy.
Very, very heavy. It's most of my carry weight. It's 100 weight.
Yeah, what is it though? Because I can carry 150 pounds.
You have 2 heads, which are whatever I said they were.
50 pounds each.
Oh, I can carry that.
But I want them.
No, as in like we'll keep it. I know. What? Yes, I know. What do you say? I know. We'll keep them though. If we just take in the evidence and I'm gonna keep this.
But they're probably gonna mount it on a wall.
No, I will keep it.
All right.
Because whoever you pretend to be, your goat wants to mount it on the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
I give Dyanna the smaller one.
As a marginally smaller one.
The much smaller one.
That's because you don't think I can carry it. Halite.
No, just because if you do lose it, I want the bigger one for my shoulder. I'm so much lighter now.
Oh, this
There
is
is
fine.
There's a bit of a it's the ground.
I'm also carrying so many Smith's tools and stuff like that, and also
Yes.
40 t-shirts.
I think it's mainly the t-shirts that's
And-
weighing you down. Yeah.
And chainmail and shields and stuff.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Will they want to keep it? Is the question.
Will they?
Something.
Will they?
It's been raided.
Oh, hello.
Hey! Oh,
Hi,
hello.
guys.
Hello. Thank you for the
Hello.
raid. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome, first-time raiders, first-time
Yeah.
chatters.
Hi.
Oh, you have arrived and you are blowing up the chat.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that didn't work. I'm so sorry. My Streamlab thing is broken. Hi. What have you guys been doing? Yeah.
Nope.
No, that's
Nope. Check out over it.
yeah. No, it's broken. I'll fix it.
Streamlabs.
We're playing
It's like a bullet
exclamation
streamer.
mark.
Ooh, D&D.
Stream
Yeah.
D&D. Cool.
We are a punk
weird.
rock band.
Eldritch Bass, I love it.
Amazing. I love that.
Yeah, medieval punk, high fantasy punk rock D&D.
Yeah.
And we're
Although
currently
we're kind of
contemplating how we're going to swindle people.
more running from our lives right now. Oh my god, Gee. Yes.
Tis
Gee.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for streaming.
We are deciding if we should take a wyvern head into the office of
I mean, you
the
could just take the
people.
jaw.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for
Thank you
all
all
the
for the
followers.
follows.
It means so much. Thank
Yay!
you guys. This is
Eldritch Bass is so good.
really thank you.
Yeah, that's such a great name.
Eldritch Bass.
I love that.
I just want to make a fathomless warlock now and the whole thing.
Yeah. I want to make it.
Every
I
other
want
class
to make you a
fish.
logo. Like, I want.
What's the
You need a logo.
what's the fish race?
Triton. Or the
horrendous
Oh,
fish race.
Kuatoa or the
Kuatoa,
Lotus
yeah.
Bar. The
Yeah,
Lotus
for some
Bar
reason
rule.
I was thinking of that, but then I'm just now imagining you just Eldritch blast him, but just throws a fish out of your hand.
Yes.
Yeah, you know the
big
salmon
And then
cannon.
it goes over and then just
Yeah.
slaps him in the face.
Yeah, just a projectile salmon cannon.
I want
So
to
much
kill a
Amazing.
dragon with a salmon cannon.
Okay, April Fool's Day, you're welcome to play that.
All right.
Oh, amazing. Oh, God.
One of the songs is
Bass.
about a hexblade warlock who wields a bass
Bases.
bass guitar as his
Bass.
act.
Just
Terrible,
fish
I
slapping
love
people.
it.
Full on Monty Python, just fish slapping people.
Hey, swordfish will do some damage.
Fish, yeah, fish.
Oh, amazing. Love that.
Prime. Okay.
Okay,
Go
cool.
ahead.
To re-enter the scene, it is dark at night. You are at the bottom of the Heather Hill in Harling's Rest. You are standing far away enough from the barracks that the baiting isn't going to catch anybody's attention. Deciding whether, like, you took multiple trophies. You took 2 wyverns' heads. You took 1 tooth out of one of those heads, and you have the eggshells from their nest. You don't know what they're going to ask. They're clearly going to ask some kind of proof. Otherwise, you could go and like, yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
Would they
I'm
wanna
pretty
keep
covering
them,
one of the
though?
heads.
I feel like a wyvern head will be more clout You know.
Yeah, I feel like they would be one like yes, we killed the monster. Look at the thing we killed, and then show everyone it.
You want to know what it
Well, they
was? Boom.
Exactly.
Just on the desk. Blood everywhere. Love it.
No, they want to keep it to show everyone else.
No, we're keeping it.
Exactly, but that's why I'm thinking that they want to keep it.
I'm keeping it.
All right.
I tell them that I keep it because I'm gonna be a sexy human man, and they will do what I say.
Okay.
Halite is covering up the other one.
Yeah.
With broken t-shirts. Yeah. Yeah, so top. Yeah.
Yes, your t-shirts count as tarts.
Cool.
That's fun.
What do we call it again? Robert's
Rascals.
Rascals. No, we need a better name than that. They're not gonna take us seriously.
Fine.
Robert's Raiders.
Robert's Raiders? Maybe. Bob's Bounties. I don't know.
Bob's Bounties. Like the least intimidating bounty hunter group.
Yeah.
Terry's tirades.
Can you catch it? Yes, we can.
Bob the Bounties. Anyway, we don't need a name, okay? We're just gonna go in.
We need a name.
We need a name.
Terry's tirades.
Terry now, is it?
Can we just call ourselves Eldritch Bass?
Yes.
No, that would be like magic. Hello.
Yeah, no, that's magic.
Oh,
and magic is
Yeah, I know.
banned.
Yeah,
How
I know.
about
For context for new followers,
Not
magic is
magic,
illegal
yeah.
in the Empire.
We call ourselves not magical Eldritch Bass.
Non-magical. Okay.
Christian Eldritch Blast.
It's a whole. Oh god.
how about
Christian lol JK.
Colovia something?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Colovia's.
I mean, big Clovia
Clovia's
Wars.
champs.
My brain went to the most not safe for work word that I could use there.
What was it?
Colovia's cunts.
My brain went there too.
Oh, lovely. That's 2 for 2, right?
All opposed.
Tell us anything else, quick. Anyway, we have a name and we'll go in with it. I don't know.
Which
Cool.
Bob's Bounties.
Bounties, yes.
Bob's Bounties. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
The Shining Daggers.
The Shining Blades? The Shining Blades.
Shining Blades. I mean, that's what we called ourselves earlier.
Okay.
Let's do a throwback to another campaign.
I've heard of those guys.
Yeah, they're
The
sick.
Shining Blades. And it works out because no one can really do fucking magic, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna disguise self as a human man. Muscular.
Okay.
I look like I can definitely carry this head.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm going to say you duck into an alleyway out of public sight and come back out, re-emerging as
Bob.
Muscular Bob.
Muscular
Yeah.
Bob. Exactly. Exactly. I got like long black hair and I'm like really scarred everywhere. And I'm like, yeah.
Muscle Bob.
I'm like,
emerges.
I'm scary.
I'm scary.
Oh, scary.
I'm a big scary man.
And you carry the wagon or wyvern, whatever I say, it changes every single time. I'm scary.
I'm scary, I promise.
Yeah, it doesn't change your voice. It's funny. But you have to put
Hey, I don't think you should question my.
Oh great, you're doing
voice.
a Mulan, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna do manly things.
Mulan.
Yeah, as the lead singer for Rapid Riders walks into the barracks.
Yeah.
The literal voice
Um,
of the rebellion.
Yeah. There are guards who see you with Wyvern's head. As a human, they just let you through.
Point of reference. Dyanna, are you shirtless? Or Bob, are you shirtless? With your
Is
rippling
Bob
muscles?
Halite.
a shirtless or a...
Halite, would you like me to be shirtless?
Yes.
Then I will.
Okay.
Fair. Why?
Okay.
Yes, I'll be
Now-
You know what? Yes, I'll be shirtless.
Nice.
Now that we all have
And
that
then
visual...
as that happens, it's just gonna-
No, I'm not shirtless. What it is I have a shirt, but it's like open. What were you
Okay,
saying?
sort of like
But-
scoundrel,
Bob-
open-shirted
Bob-
pirate shirt. kind of-
Bob,
Bob.
you are the most attractive that you have ever been to me now.
I know,
Yeah, I
right?
was gonna say, there must be some confusing feelings.
Can I just say,
I think
the first
everybody
thought-
is confused.
The first thought that went in my
Everybody-
head was there's a different tree highlights hiding behind now.
Yeah.
I'm not confused.
Okay, I'm not gonna
We-
finish.
Remember?
I have a Y boner.
Remember how we used this skin like a few weeks ago? So.
Oh, I remember.
Oh yeah.
And so, the valiant
Keep taking
defenders
the
of
hood
liberty
off.
and freedom in a corrupt and desperate empire,
We're sex positive.
who are
We are
sex
sex
positive,
Yeah.
disguise themselves as a burly man with an open shirt, drag a wyvern head into the barracks.
And now I'm going off and going to carry Zeke's wood.
You carry Zeke's
Wow.
wood.
Excuse you? Oh,
Whoa, he's chopping wood. I'm going
you
to help him
fuck-
carry
you
it. He's
knew
small.
You knew exactly what you were saying.
What do you mean?
What do you say?
I'm a little Christian boy. I don't know what you mean.
Wow.
You pose as
Little
woodcutters
Christian
in an
RP
area
server.
near enough for barracks that can be messaged, correct?
Wow. Okay, yeah.
Also known as you grab Zeke's wood.
I grabbed Zeke's wood.
Taxes, what do you
okay.
look like?
I'm
Taxes.
I look like myself.
attractive.
Somehow
take
more
down-
muscular.
Yeah. I take down my hood, but I keep my mask up because it's been normal enough for like groups like us to go in with a mask up. I'm gonna look tough.
Are you
like,
going?
don't take my
Are you
word.
going in with Dyanna?
Yeah.
Cool.
Bob.
So Bob
Bob.
and
Regina.
Bob and the masked
Regina.
stranger.
Regina.
Bob and Regina.
Bob and Regina.
It's my wife.
Wyvern slayers.
Oh God.
I'm a sexy man with my sexy wife, Regina.
Okay.
I'm gonna mute myself just because I want to enjoy this.
Bob and Regina walk into a barracks with a woman's head. You see that there is a sort of a front desk, what is like a police desk. And they sort of look up from what they're doing, like a couple of like sheets of paper, and just look up and go,
Hey.
"Oh yeah, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
that's He's like stands up and like looks over the desk, like peering over it, like pulls out like some glasses, spectacles, just puts them on. Like,
It's a fucking
Oh.
dragon.
that is. He's gonna roll. If you say it's a dragon, he's gonna roll and see if he knows the difference.
I will persuade.
Yeah, make a
all of these things. Alright. Oh, I think he's gone. No, you haven't gone. Okay.
I'm here.
Alright, cool. Good. You alright there? You look confused.
Yes, sorry, something, a message, I do apologise. Persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Oh, sorry, deception, I do apologise.
Deception.
It is deception, because you are trying to say, this is
That
just an
is.
old dragon.
A natural
There's-
2. But I get a 19.
Cool.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, eloquent spark is
Oh. I
pretty...
can lie.
His insight is not that high. He rolled okay, but not that okay. Is that... Oh.
Dragon.
Oh, wow.
Am I right?
Oh. He like shuffles papers like, yeah, but what? So you just found and
Oh. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought this was like a big thing around here, but you know the flying monster things. There was a bounty for. Yeah.
Yeah, he like shuffles papers and brings it forward. Like, it was a dragon.
It was a dragon.
Dragons haven't been seen in.
It's a small dragon.
I
know.
Still.
I know.
The dragon's back?
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. We dealt with it.
Yeah.
They were.
God.
Then they died. So.
You dealt with them? We had reports there was a nest. Did you?
Oh,
did you get
yeah.
them?
Yeah.
And I pull out the eggshell just a little bit, but yeah.
Oh my. Osnan be praised his glory.
Osnan be praised the glory, whatever he just said, yes.
Yeah.
I'll mimic that.
Praise.
I mean, there were dragons around, but we didn't know. The Empire is indebted to you. Well, quite literally. The original prize for bounty was 1,000 gold pieces, but you slew a dragon.
Dragon.
What is your name, good sir?
Bob. My name is Bob.
Bob, and your companion?
Regina. Bob and Regina Blade.
Yeah.
Bob and
Yes, my
Regina
sexy wife.
Blade.
That was my
You
sexy husband.
are your partners. That is.
I know, right? It gets better. Maybe we should write a book.
2 dragons.
Actually, there is a book.
You slew a dragon. You can write more than a book. Everyone, and he just calls like guards around.
Hey, hello.
Everyone, these two have. It was you two, the pair of you alone?
Yeah.
Everyone, these two, Bob and Regina Blade, have slain a dragon. Looking at it, it's a red of some kind. He just starts a round of applause, and there's like a genuine round of applause of people. I'm supposed to. You must.
In the name of Osnan, we slayed the dragon.
By his glory.
Praise the glory of Osnan.
Glory.
Would you? He turns to a guard and says, "Go and get the Knight Commander at once. This is incredible. The Emperor himself might want to hear of this."
Oh no! Okay. Amazing.
Yeah, go. You see somebody beginning to run off. Zeek and Halite, you see somebody like a guard like go, just begin like huffing it towards the fort.
Can Halite do a vibe check? Is he running to get paid? Like, is he running into?
Make a vibe check in Dungeons and Dragons called Insight. So yes, you can absolutely.
Please don't fuck this up. Please.
Oh, it's fucking up.
I looked at Zeke. Should we be worried about that?
Difficult to tell. He's definitely in a hurry.
Just grab my wood and keep walking.
All right.
You grab his wood and keep walking. Halite, you're genuinely worried. Like you can't tell if they're running. They're just running.
Halite keeps a close eye.
Yeah.
Like he's like half fast, like grabbing wood, but obviously looking.
Careful with that. My wood is delicate.
I thought you liked it like this.
Back inside the building.
Oh wow.
You see the small crowd is now gathering to like look at the head of this thing. So you must have. How did you slay it?
Wow.
We heard there were. I mean, there's only one here, but I guess they were a female if it had eggs.
Yeah. There were two, but we
there
thought...
were two dragons? You slew 2 dragons?
2 dragons.
That is a tale of an age. You will be known as a hero.
Yeah. Well, no, I do this. We do this in the name of Osnan. We don't want.
Friend, I put on my armor and I keep the peace for the name of Osnan. You have You have done a feat akin to Caradog of Calvia. You are a legend. There are a few people gathering around now, all poking at the head. You see one person pokes it in and goes,
Dragon.
did this dragon have a spiky tail?
Can I do an insight check
no,
to
we
see
got-
if
Yeah,
they
make an insight check.
Did it have a spiky tail?
Yeah,
mean,
you
it
got stabbed in
does.
the back by that spiky tail.
But we also know... Yeah.
You're now
That's-
trying to con a part
17.
of the army.
You see this individual is looking at this not with like a, these guys are fooling us, more of a like, these guys don't know what they thought. They think it's a dragon as much as my idiot boss does.
Well,
They very clearly, like, they wouldn't have asked that question if they didn't know what this thing was. You're welcome to deny it, but at that point they might start thinking you're trying to pull a fast one. Currently, on a 17, you can tell that they're definitely just like, oh, these guys think they killed a dragon. This is a wyvern.
2 dragons.
2. But the spiky tails, was that? I think. Did it hurt when it?
Yeah, it had spiky tails. Yeah.
Okay. So that's still incredibly impressive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's amazing you're alive. The 2 of you taking down wyverns.
Right.
Is amazing. They are
a wyvern.
so.
It
as
looks
far
so
as I
much
know,
like a dragon.
They are dragons of a sense. They're a distant cousin. They definitely are dragons, just not as legend would remember them.
Oh man.
Way to lower the 5, man. Like...
Let me be clear.
gathered
Two
round.
individuals taking on fully grown wyverns is still amazing. That's,
Well, thank you. Yes.
Just-
Yeah. You know.
It's not
Oh shit.
legends. We don't have to call the emperor, and the knight commander might be left to his sleep, and he like looks to his boss, and he's like sends another person to chase after the other guy. You guys outside see a second person running, like saying, "Stop! It's cool, but it's not legend."
Shit, they must be kicking ass. They're making everyone run away.
But like,
You're muted, Zeek.
my officer.
Look, make sure you use both hands to grab my wood.
Okay, glad you're unmuted.
Great.
Officer, I defer to you, but not like ancient red dragons like Araborg, just incredibly poisonous, fast-moving, deadly.
Yes, they were.
Much more of a monstrosity as we thought they were.
Yeah.
And definitely worth more than 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
You said there were 2 of them. You only had 1? I'll take over from here. Yes, I'll take over from here. Did you 2 of them? You have 1 head. The other you destroyed, I imagine, in some.
Of course, we left it there in case any more wyverns turned up.
That's a bravery. Yes, of course. I mean, we all know the difference between a dragon and a wyvern.
Yeah,
but it's an easy mistake to make.
I'm good with the sword. I'm not good up here. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right, Regina? My wife, who's sexy.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, let us say, for this proof, which slightly less impressive than 2 full-grown dragons, a wyvern's definitely a ferocious beast, and we will mount this on the town square as a victory over the wilderness and untamed lands that we have conquered here.
All right.
But I agree with my inferior, 1,500 gold pieces. I believe is much more fitting to heroes of your ilk.
Well, the thing is, there were 2 of them, so
There
how
were.
about 2,000 gold?
Make a persuasion check. This is difficult because he's already upped it. I'm going to say the DC is 25, so it's not an instant success. Actually, no, 23.
That is a natural 8, so that is that's a 19.
19. It's a difficult thing to convince
That's
him.
fine. I can
Already
haggle. I'm okay with
Yeah,
haggling.
I will say on a 19, he's happy to haggle. He says, well, let's say 1,800, and you will attend the ceremony where we mount this thing in the town square for all to see.
How about 1,600? And we get to keep the head. Because thing is, we kind of really there's a big spot above the fireplace in our marital home.
You have a home together. Where do you live?
In
the other street.
No, we are visiting, but we do live in Vinen.
You live in Vinen? Ah.
Yeah. Occasionally we do travel around a lot, so.
Ah, which ward?
History check.
This isn't actually the NPC. This is Sam trying to make sure we've read his stuff.
Exactly. Glimmer ward. Is that one? No. Fuck. It's
down on
natural 20. I know everything about Finnan.
You studied the enemy. You know that there are various wards. The sort of upper posh area is things for vineyards. It's mostly taken up by the noble house's vineyards, and the big estates that they have there. There's Westead. Westead is the next level down, where it's very upper middle class area. Then you've got the clay moat, which sort of surrounds the hill upon which sits Westead, the vineyards, the palace. It's concretely middle class. It's so named because it forms when you look down from above, it looks like there's a moat of the clay tiles around it. Then you've got the Trident Rows, which are very much lower class, incredibly clustered, just a fire hazard waiting to happen, basically. Very cheap housing, but filled up quickly over the last few decades as all the indents got moved west. Then they got their silver rings so that they were lesser citizens, and suddenly they needed somewhere to live that wasn't squalor. So you got the Trident Rows, which is still squalor, but at least you get a place to call your own. And then around that is the sort of what's called the Hopton Lows, which is like various hamlets of farming land for quite a while around it.
Middle class, upper middle class.
Upper middle class would be Westead.
Westead,
Wow.
Well, adventuring sure pays off.
Well, if this is anything to go by.
Yeah, thing is, what, darling?
Hence the fireplace and the lovely little spot we got laid out ready for the head.
We were hoping, that this would go there.
Well, maybe for Resolution Day, I should decide to become a venturer. It's fast approaching.
It is.
It is. Bob Blade, I hope someday you will invite me to your home as I carry that adventuring path myself. But for now, you have convinced me. 1,600 gold pieces between the two of yourselves. And you can keep this beautiful head. We will acknowledge your human superiority over the wilds of this world in
Hail the
spirit
humans.
and hail human. Yeah,
Well,
sure.
you know, Osnan, I meant Osnan. Also human.
Hail Osnan.
Why
Hail,
not?
yes.
You said the
Hail the Empire. Hail
superiority.
Osnan.
Superiority.
He casts a glance around. There are like maybe 1 or 2 people in the lower ranks of the guard who aren't human, and he's like, "Yes, hail, human."
That is.
It is.
What?
It is acknowledged. It is known. It is known. Anyway.
We all know it, don't we?
Truly, well, if you look for good lodgings in this place, may I recommend the Roaring Spirit, representing the Roaring Spirit of the Empire and the human race. There is also the Hill Inn, a bit of a mix if you ask me, but maybe the rough adventurer type, that's what you're looking for. Yes, well, I would hide that well. That is quite a prize, a Wyvern's head, and he looks towards that one officer, lesser guard who knew what the fuck a Wyvern was. You see that they are a human, but they have a silver ring in their ear, which means that they very much fucked up against the Empire. But then bit the bullet and said, "Yeah, okay,
Yeah. Okay.
I will play the part. I will be, yeah." I will be a member of the Empire. I accept my place, kind of thing. I accept the...
Hey, anyway, you know our names. Who do we have in here?
My name? Oh,
the amazing guards of this town.
We are the guards of Harling's Rest. We do not rest.
Ha
It's just burst into a musical number from the team.
We are the guards of Harling's Rest.
Do not rest. Gaston.
No, all right. Bunch of hard-working individuals who make sure this place keeps the peace. It's been harder during the war. A lot of our fighting men have been off in the east showing those stunties what for, but...
Oh, of course, stunties. Oh, what a great name.
There is at least one dwarf in the room who's just like... But they're beginning to come back. Although I have to say, a lot of local countrymen have decided that they're going to make a name for themselves, take the Emperor's land rather than the Emperor's gold, if you know what I mean. As payment, they're going to take the conquered land, form their own new lives out there. But they're trickling back in. It's been a few months now. A lot of the old guard have returned, haven't they? And he gestures towards a very grizzled-looking human who's clearly of lower rank and has no reason to be because they have clearly seen some shit. But yes. We are the fighting men. We are the humankind of this area.
Yeah. Hail humans.
You see, when he says fighting men, he's very clear, with your passive insights, he means men and women. He's not drawing a distinction across that. This guy's a racist, he's not a sexist. Come on, give him some.
Come on, God, I draw the line.
Not all.
Wow. Cool.
It's not a redeeming quality, it's just it's just a 0 point.
Yeah. I will ask what I dread as a DM that everyone will ask. I want to know every single one of their names.
Well,
but I will.
My name?
Yeah, I want to know. I will ask everybody, but I want to know a specific.
Hey, Brie. I have a sheet of paper and imagination. Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, look out!
How many bobs are we gonna get?
Yeah.
Anyone still in chat? Anyone still in chat? Put some names and cards down.
Well, my name is, of course, Boris.
Of course he is. I love that. That's my favorite name. After Regina and Bob. And Osnan. So it's really not actually my
Also, it
favorite.
has to be up there, of course.
Oh,
Of course
that's
it is.
It goes without saying, really. Boris.
This good gentleman, and he points to like the grizzled war veteran who's like clearly just back from a war and isn't done with fighting yet. This is Jack.
Are you actually reading?
Of course I am.
Okay, good.
You're doing my job for me? Yes.
Nice one, Niche.
This reformed fool here, and he points to the one who like pointed out the fact that this was a wyvern, not a dragon. This is Sybil.
Yeah, that name fits.
Is this the one that also is the human with the indent?
You're human with an indent ring, yeah. Or a post-indent ring. We call them indent rings, but it means that you have been indentured, and then you have learned your place in the Empire and are fit to rejoin.
Okay. Cool.
By the Emperor's mercy, you are fit to rejoin. I hate him so much, but I love him because he's such a great villain. The names are coming through, I love it.
Cruz.
So we call him Dazza.
This is my main boy T Cruz, right? Corona, love it.
Cora.
I might have a core in.
Oh, amazing.
You can see quite a lot of these people are like very buddy with this guy as he's like pointing things out. A lot of the indents is, well, there's no indents, I should say. A lot of the silver rings in here, including Sybil, are very much like, we can't say a word. We can't say a word, off comes our rings, and we're back into indented service.
Yes. Also, non-humans and humans with rings. I haven't seen that before.
It's rare.
Yeah.
You have to fuck up in a major way. You have to make. I believe what's been established so far is you have to either perform a crime against the clergy of Osnan or against the military. So if you like destroyed military supplies, or if you desecrated a holy symbol of Osnan, or tried to interrupt the work of a higher-ranking officer or clergyman, that's the kind of thing that gets you.
All right.
Like,
well,
Taxes would 100% have a wedge cut in her ear for the shit that she's been doing. But somebody who's just like, oh, I stole from the military. In some places, that's going to be like, oh, you just stole. You didn't know it's from the military particularly. And then there are people like in Salton to the north who would be like, oh, I have the tiniest excuse. You're an indent now.
okay. Cool.
It sort of depends on the ruler. That's the sort of like, the law in this place is like, oh, if it's up to me, I'm going to say this.
Cool. Okay, cool. Something else. We're new. Deep place. We're new. So obviously, because we got a house in a nice part of Finland. So, what is there to do around here?
I don't fight wyverns.
Other than fight wyverns, with my
Good one,
sexy
Regina.
wife.
Good one, Regina. Well, I've spoken about Roaring Spirit. Wonderful place. Great food, great wine. A lot of trading going on. So if you're looking for bizarre things from the other lands, things from Zostrin, things from Dyanna, make their way down here. Beyond that, if you're looking to shine up your weapons or even acquire a few new ones, we have a fantastic blacksmith in town. Did I mention the alcohol?
I think so, yeah.
I'm jesting with you, Bob.
There's a lot of alcohol. I like that.
I mean, not all of the wilds are so wild. There's beautiful Beautiful country.
Oh,
It is.
you do like tours of the town and the
You want me to give you a tour of a town?
well, maybe, yeah. You know, tour of the
Oh,
town
I
and the
insist,
tour,
Mr. Blade. Now I insist.
or you know,
Let's
or
see.
I mean, that's that keep on the hill. Gosh, dang it, that's so nice.
Ooh.
You know what
Make
I'm
a
saying?
persuasion check. Make
Go
a...
fucking hell.
Big hero.
Boris fucking loves you. So...
Apart
Big
from the
hero in
racism, I
town.
love this guy.
What did you roll?
We play on the
Apart from-
racism, and then it will fuck up in his face, so it's fine.
Apart from this massive character flaw, I love him.
Yeah. He's such a great guy, apart from the little bits. That is
the racist.
that's another 3.
Okay.
So it's a 19.
It's still a 19.
Bendo.
Might not be doable tonight. It is getting later
Of course,
in the day.
I didn't mean tonight. You guys deserve some drinks. So, you should do that. Fuck, I'm not buying any. No.
Drinks during work hours? Oh.
No, after. Well, we do, but then our work is a bit more fluid.
An adventurous spirit, that is what
it's okay.
puts us above the rest, isn't it? Ah.
Yeah. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow when I have
Tomorrow!
my I open this shit a little, like my scarry chest isn't full of wyvern blood and stuff. My hair is matted, so.
Yes, your matted hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
This is
Hey, if you say I'm a sexy human man, that's gonna have
sexy.
consequences. And
Fucking pure stone, motherfucker.
it's like a.
Yes,
you
you and your wife. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Fluid, I said.
reverse of the
Fluid.
bard meme.
No, it's fluid.
It's like
fluid,
oh,
you see. Well, there's plenty of fluid down to the roaring spirit. I can tell you that. There's plenty of drinks to get us going. Yes.
So, okay, first thought of it, we have more adventurers than just being adventurers.
Oh. Adventurous by trade, adventurous by night. I don't know. By personality.
Okay. Boris has grown from a character in the last hour. And I'm happy. I'm happy with everything that's
Oh,
happened.
make it a hero forge with this person.
it is literally the reverse of that bard like meme. It's like, oh, you need to get out of a conversation quickly. Wouldn't it be a shame if someone accidentally seduced me?
He seduced me. Told me mislaid a dragon. I believed him. Still seduced me. At this point, you see the 2 individuals returning alone, running back into the building from outside.
I'm just staring at them.
But she was like, I caught him before he could get to the... before he could tell me that there's a dragon. There's one dragon, 2 dragon. And he collapses on the ground like with a clunk as his armor hits the ground. But yeah, he told me they're not dragons. They aren't. It's just either way. If the Knight Commander has not been woken or disturbed from his dinner, he looks around the room to see like a few people paying attention to Bob with his shirt like slightly open.
There's like that awkward like. What
Did
are
I?
you doing? What is happening?
Did I miss something? He's like, not at all, Mr. Staker, not at all. Not at all. Well done for carrying on a job well done.
I guess that's a P. Okay, P-I. I can see the chat. Staker.
Yeah. And Mr. Rona, well done for catching him, sir. And you see the guy on the ground who's like passed out from exhaustion. It's like, hell of a sprinter. I'll have to get you on the track one of these days. No, we have a track, but on the King's Road, start of the town to finish.
Yeah.
Yes. Drinks to the winner.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah. What was the...
Well,
I want to know what the dwarf's name was. The non-humans.
yeah, if you ask.
Yeah.
These are all very brilliant names, but I'm going to give a dwarfy name to a dwarf.
Loaf a day?
Loaf a day. Yeah, fuck it. Mr. Mr. Fidei over... no, Mrs. Fidei over here.
Miss a day.
Her husband I was thinking of. Also part of the team, the good team we've got going on here. But Mr. and Mrs. Fidei, but this is Mrs. Fidei. I know the beards confuse me sometimes as well.
Oh, such greatness.
Such fun.
Such fun.
All
Such
wyvern
fun.
poison just for him.
Perhaps this is gonna need some headache tablets when she gets out of there. I was gonna say.
Loaf a day.
Say, P.I. Staker look towards you and just give us a look. Oh, and Mr. Rona on the floor as well. I do apologise.
I love them. I either hope they're a recurring character or we get to recruit them.
They're a recurring character now.
They are now.
That's the idea.
You've invited them to both give you a tour of the castle, race, and drink in 3 different instances.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a recurring character now.
Yep. Whether he wants to be or not, because we go to the pub.
Yes.
Oh, anyway, it's getting late, and
Hello today. Yes.
yeah.
Yes, yeah, it is. Late
It's
into the
getting
hours.
late. You
It
guys
gets
skip
cramped up in
to
here.
work,
out there.
and
Well, Mr. Blade, Mrs. Blade, once again, thank you for the services you have rendered to this town. We will make it known that the Empire's strength has prevailed once again. It'll take some while to get the flyers done, but absolutely.
yes, flyers. Fantastic idea.
Yes, well, let the people know.
Let the people know.
Can't have a common rebel claiming for this now, can we?
Nope.
No, exactly. Well, wouldn't want somebody else claiming your glory. We would come after them, hammer and fist.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Sam, out of game
Yep.
for just a wee second.
Yeah.
So, when is our flyering thing happening? Is that tomorrow?
Your bird bomb is maybe 2-3 days away.
Okay, cool.
You're gonna travel down the King's Road sort of like incognito and just make it there fast enough to just release and then go back.
But we are telling everyone tomorrow that
Your current plan was to tell everybody tomorrow that
I think it should be with but not tomorrow because we're going into the keep. Not tomorrow.
Cool.
But the same time as the bird droppings.
The bird bombs. Yep.
Yeah.
The droppings. As they will henceforth be known.
Yeah.
I mean, I can train my swarm to do that too, so...
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Cool. There's just a quiet in the air as Boris is waiting for you to say something cool, or say that you're off and...
What was the last cool thing I said? I think it was one of his cool racist things is what he said last, so...
Yeah,
I
something
had
about
nothing to say to
that.
apart from laugh. fake laugh.
Well, I will let you and your missus retire for the evening. You're very beautiful and quiet missus to retire for the evening.
Yes, she is. She is. Quiet but powerful.
Oh.
Oh, they went
Wait.
somewhere. Wait.
Wink.
Just red in the face. Well, I will chew in the keep.
Yes.
Not actually catch you, like manacles unless you.
No.
No.
Unless you like that kind of thing.
Beetroot red, just.
Hey! Woohoo! Anyway.
Got him!
Got you! I got you! Got you!
I will. Good chat. Good. Very glory of Osnan.
Glory of Osnan! We will see you tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow. Your head is yours. And at this point, like somebody else, like come over. Yes, he like, takes 2 big bags of money, 800 gold pieces each for the blades.
The blades.
Hey,
For the blades. Yes. I will. Yeah. It's
Sweet.
I've got an important report. I'm just gonna.
Of course. Had the money to Regina take the head and like sweep the hair as we leave.
Sweep the hair out.
That's it, like Doran did. Yeah.
Yeah. You have successfully first rapted Boris, correct?
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
Giggity.
You guys see these 2 come out with the head and 2 big bags of money. As we are going to go, we will pick this back up. We're going to have a break because we have not yet, and I feel like people need one. If I'm not wrong.
Just to recover from what that scene was. That was
recover from that,
not
which was
what I expected.
Amazing. Sometimes I'm like, I really like the combat side of things, and then I forget. Oh yeah, this is. I don't know if I call that RP so much as just chaos.
I have absolutely no words.
I knew the moment you said we've slain a dragon that I was like, oh, oh, this is gonna get wild.
Oh no.
Because, okay, let's go for a break.
Okay.
We'll be back on when our DM is fixed.
Yeah, I broke it. Sorry.
Broke the DM. DM had a long day.
And this is what you need. This is your healing.
That is right. Cool. Okay. We will be back in a bit. Thank you, everybody. See you in like 10 minutes.
Catch you in a while, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Time has come, we will stand together stronger than we've ever done. Like the sun, we will rise at dawn and never stop until we've won. The time has come, we will rise like the sun, I will never run. We will fight till we won. We will bite, we will smite all through the night. We never sleep, never rest, put the faith to the test. The self-obsessed, self-confessed, self-professed divinity, nobility. Your God is a fraud, so stop. We're done with the violence and the fury and the cruelty. I said we're done. We will win the war, we'll win the fight, the end's inside. All you see in us is barbarian. What we want is to be equalitarian. We will rock, we will never stop. Standing at the top of the hilltop, we will mock. Viciously, capriciously, we're tired of assault and the bigotry. You seem so full of wit and chivalry. But we will not beat your door, you'll break. I said we're done. We have fire in our veins and we will break these chains. I said we're done. We will be ripped apart. You will be burned and battle scarred. We're tired of assault and bigotry. We'll stand and mock you viciously. Through music we captivate. Through songs and words we propagate. We'll mock and smear and slander. Infiltration, propaganda. After years there's finally resolution. It's time to start the revolution. I said we're done.
Hey everyone!
Hi everyone.
Welcome back. Welcome back to our D&D campaign with
D&D?
I
think it's D&D. I think so. I think it's
Yeah.
classed as that.
Exactly.
Only just
we joined our party as they had a rememberable encounter with the proposable leader of the town guard here in Harley's Rest, earning a bounty and keeping the trophy for slaying the wyverns out in the Ochre Hills.
I'll get it, Halite.
They walk out, no lighter, but much heavier, of 1,600 gold pieces in a mixture of magical disguise and just having a mask up and being not the center of attention. But they have made their way outside, where we both have Zeek and Halite on watch, who saw people running in and out, but seems to have ended well. It is definitely dark now. There are braziers lights enough to stop people just hitting things with carts, especially on this big main road. Bright light in certain areas, dim in others, but nevertheless, the party are rejoined.
Yeah, everything go okay in there?
Yeah, it went great.
Didn't hear a word of that.
I said, yeah, it went great.
Yeah, you had like 2 people running for the hills. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah. Bit of cross communication, but it's fine. I mean, they liked Bob, so that's a win. And Regina, they liked the blades. The blades.
Yeah.
Were great.
Blades.
They gave us more money, and
Nice.
I negotiated the head for you. Yes.
Eddie.
Yeah.
My baby. Yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Hallie
Why not?
instantly weighed down again. Hopefully when I get the flesh off these things, they're not so heavy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with the? Don't worry about it.
don't. Just gonna look.
Oh, speaking about things like that, taxes. Can I have my cut?
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you need your cut? Sorry,
What?
I got a bit of a headache right now. That was a lot.
Oh, sorry.
That was a lot.
Well, I want to buy things. Roll a insight check.
It's like a 19.
Why do you need gold?
60.
Oh, I want to buy things.
What do you want it for, Hal?
You're not.
What do you?
It's
Oh my
22.
God. Alright, hold on. Let me type to you.
Okay.
Oh God. There's only so many T-shirts you can buy, you know. For how much did we get again?
Oh, it's
You got 1,600
100
gold pieces. 1,600 was the final price negotiated.
That is.
Yeah,
that
Sarah-
is good.
From the agreement that you both keep the head and don't have to attend a special ceremony.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
to.
I mean, I was okay with that. Ceremony had to be less than an hour long. Yeah.
So it's 320 between us.
320.
Yeah, I'll do a quick math now again.
Cool. That's a lot of money for just T-shirts, Halite.
I mean, not just T-shirts.
I thought this money was going for like the cause, as it were.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 320.
Oh.
I love that this group's like, oh, are you guys for cause? Oh, is funding yourselves for cause?
I like that. That's it. We are the cause. You know what the cause needs? Some new boots. Some
mean-
new boots.
I Tax will go in and give 320 to Halite.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I could use some new armor. This is all rusty. I tap my like not knee gods, my like calf gods, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They're
in a
all
weird
big-
place, isn't it, for armor?
Well, the thing is, he's completely armorless up top, but his legs are all armored because when he grows big, no one can really hit him anywhere else.
Yeah, that makes
It's
that,
all
that
leg
makes sense.
damage, so they're all dented and scratched and cut in towards and rusty. Yeah.
Is that what he wants them for?
Yes.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could use some new leg armor.
You lying. Can I
Rusty.
make an insight check? You lying.
I'll make it this. I mean,
I'll make it check.
he's not lying.
Fuck, these dice today. I don't know.
Are you
Shit.
trying to obscure or obfuscate the truth?
Yes, but he's also telling the truth.
Is that
He does want
all
leg
you
armor.
want it for?
You don't know.
No, I don't know. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a
telling the
5.
truth. Are you trying to hide something?
Yes.
Then that's a deception roll in general.
I still
Halite
trust
gets
you.
advantage. Deception checks.
Yeah, because of your runes?
22 natural 20. I'm a great liar.
Wow.
My demon legs just need to be protected, you know.
Yeah, that's
all the
fair.
vital veins.
That's fair.
Yeah. Was that
Yeah.
on the... Yeah, that was on the advantage. So there's almost like a... There's just like a brief like thing of like, you you don't like immediately flash for rune when you lie. But so much as you just like draw, like, unbeknownst to anyone else, you just sort of draw strength from a rune and you let them guide your words as you're saying them. To sort of use that sort of runic magic, essentially, to grant yourself better
Cloud giant lying skills.
yeah, better oratory. Yeah, exactly. Cloud giant illusion and obfuscation of true intentions. What the truth and true intentions.
All right, then.
Thanks,
Fine.
Cloud buddy. He smiles.
Ah.
Wait, what was your insight check again?
Like a 6.
And taxes? What was yours?
22.
Ah, you get what you get. You get what you got.
22. I'm gonna honor the natural 20 and say
I
like,
sent her the same thing I sent you, Sam.
okay, cool.
So
But that's all she gets.
while this is happening, I'm imagining just me and Dewey are just looking between the three of them constantly and going, do you want to get a drink?
We should probably are we back at like the house?
You are still, I believe, unless you are walking and talking, you are standing.
I think it's probably a good idea we get back to the house before we're gonna draw attention with massive
Currently,
bag
there
of
are
money.
5 of you with massive bags of money and 2 giant wyverns' heads.
Yeah, let's go back to the house.
One giant wyvern
Somehow.
head and one sack. It's like covered.
Yes.
to the house
One
and
giant
buy
wyvern's head and a topped over massive, who knows what that is.
Oh, I cannot
probably-
guess.
It's probably still dripping blood.
Yeah.
There's a trail of blood along the street.
Nah, but blood would have crusted enough.
Blech.
I want to make some wyvern jerky, so I need to get back.
Cool. There's a kitchen in the house. I'd like to
Oh,
get to the
yeah,
house
it's pretty empty.
dressed like this, though.
Cool. As you make your way towards
Because
the
as
house.
if we didn't have enough thirst as it is.
Yeah. Taxes and Dewey, with your passive perceptions, you see a familiar do-elf figure is scraping mud off of their boots on the doorstep and does not appear to have noticed you yet.
Garrick? Is that Garrick? Was he a duo?
It is Garrick. It's definitely Garrick. Does not appear to have noticed you yet. Taxes, it occurs to you that by no means is it a competition of who can sneak up on
I
who.
mean, I was going to suggest, can I sneak up behind him? I was not going to have it.
Exactly. But
Oh,
if you were to shove, exactly. You can make a stealth check if you would like.
21.
21. They're not being particularly perceptive at this point. You tell me what happens as they're scraping mud off of their shoes on the doors of death.
I'm not doing that bad. No.
It's the ultimate ninjutsu.
Ultimate ninjas.
1,000 years of death.
Where's Diana's house? Is it like hidden from the town? Like not like hidden, but
Not
like
the, it's a little off of the main road, but it's got a small, like, couple of steps up to a porch that's like maybe half a foot to a foot off of the ground, before you actually enter the main cottage building.
Are people like around the area?
No, not this time of night. Most people are inside their house having dinner and stuff like that.
I want to get close enough and then throw my piton that he gave me to expend the charge to make the rope go around him, just to make a point.
Okay.
You don't stab him with it, though.
Roll
Not to
initiative.
stab him. I just want to like make the rope go around him, like that'll be fun. Just to make a point.
Okay.
Hmm.
And this is because you're trying to angle this, make the rope and like spin it around him.
Or
I'm
even
gonna
like
call.
go into the wall and make the rope visible, in a sense, like beside him, so you can see it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say you can make the rope go into the wall and physical and just shock the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Or you can try and spin it so that the blade goes around him and almost lassos him around the legs with this ethereal rope. The first one is just like that happens and he's shocked. The second one is you make. This would be a dexterity check because this doesn't quite come into act. Now this would this would be sleight of hand because you are trying to spin a blade around him essentially, and then like yank on a rope to like in the right angle. If you pull that off, you know that you could fully just yank him off of his feet onto his like onto his face, and it's gonna be more impressive. You have those options.
There's nothing Halite can do that can help you.
Nope.
No. This is just Taxes who has put a hand up, snuck up, and is about to do something to embarrass / get one back up on Garrick.
Oh yeah, because that's what Garrick needs for a second night in a row, is to be embarrassed.
He definitely embarrassed / got one up on her.
Yeah. Fucking doing it. That's a 20.
Had the love of his life break his heart the night before, and now her best friend is lassoing him in the streets.
Has not seen the love of his life for 50 years, so maybe not the love of his life. Anyway.
I don't want to make him fall flat on his face, just stumble a little bit. I'm not that mean.
Okay.
But like.
Okay, in that case, you throw the piton around, and he does not see as it just like he sees the briefest flash of a piton in front of his eyes as you like yank it back at an angle, and it just around one leg spins him around, and he just like grab onto his pillar, and like on the side like grab onto a pillar of one of the porchways, and just like fuck.
Stealth behind her.
You've gotten good at that in quite a short amount of time. Would you mind letting go? That's Scottish.
God, shocked him so much he's Scottish.
Would you mind letting...
You've revealed your true colours, fiend!
Would you mind letting go of me there?
Yeah, I'll let go of that. So that's, what's 2-1 now? Or 1-1?
Sure, I'd call us 1-1, wouldn't you?
Until next time. And then just walk past, head to the house.
Yeah, you just style past him as he now sees the rest of you.
Hi.
Welcome home.
Gonna point to the either side of Halite and just.
As Halite's walking past.
Is the back door big enough?
I have to turn
Oh, yeah.
sideways, surely.
Hey,
Well,
to get-
Oh yeah, hey bud, what did you end up hunting today? As the blood of the wife.
you see as his eyes flick towards like a couple of grouse that are like.
Wow, how fuck.
Speaking of competition,
God damn it,
fuck you.
Doran.
Yours is bigger. Yours is. Yeah, and he like nods his head and walks back, and like, walks into the house, following taxes into the house.
I wanna go last, and I'm still a sexy man.
Yeah.
Who's this sexy man with you?
Yeah, good point.
Sexy man. Who's the sexy man?
Again, just
Who's the sexy
imagining me and Dewey are just
Seeing
standing
you
there, just
amongst
like,
all of the rest of them, knowing what you can do, they are going to try and see if they can see past any kind of illusion.
Well, yeah.
Based on the context that Dyanna should probably be with them and I don't know this human, they try and peer past the illusion and successfully do. In this instance, you go like,
I will do the hair thing and be like, it's good, right?
not bad at all.
Yeah. Just walk in.
screw it, we're all messing with you today, and then I'm just gonna turn my face to look like his. Like, ah! And then just walk past.
Could have looked like, yeah.
I didn't know you could become so handsome.
Oh no.
I don't.
Oh, don't worry.
Don't really know what Dewey.
I
Dewey
can't-
doesn't really have anything that he can do. Oh, he'll get one of his crows to just go hi there in his voice.
Oh. That's creepy as fuck.
Why are you all picking on Garrick? This might be made taxes.
They're just like they're still scraping the mud off of one boot. It's like,
It's sorry, we've had. It's been
No,
a,
no,
it
no,
was
that's-
it was a bit of a trip.
yeah, I mean, it's a trip done because you. So I can tell your bird just spoke to me in your voice. So.
Yeah, as in like mimicking Garrick's voice.
Oh, in
like in a crow mimicry.
Okay, so that's
somehow worse.
It is worse. It's creepy. It's really creepy.
You know what? There's a joke in there about how sexy voice something, but you know what? That's just creepy.
I'll walk past the door and just say to the crow that's on my shoulder, I think he was flirting with you.
What about you, big man? Are you gonna?
Do you want some potentially poisoned wyvern jerky?
Sure.
Sick.
Okay. Just put it round back. There's a little bit of a hunting house there for things that are drying out. That'll be fine there.
Nice.
Out of curiosity, are there any paintings or anything of a young Dyanna in this property?
You're looking for baby
Ooh.
photos of me? Fuck off.
Dyanna, would there be any?
Oh my god.
Probably.
Yeah, I imagine like a family portrait at some point, just like a single one over the fireplace kind of thing. Just
Yeah.
At what age?
yeah. So you left this place 150. It probably would have been pre-war that you had a painting done.
Yeah.
So
but
I'm
maybe
gonna
about
say
100 years ago, 150 years
Yeah.
ago.
So you would look like an adult then.
I
Yeah.
would look like. Have you seen? Yeah, I would look like an adult. But have you seen
Yeah.
like
Yes.
pre
an adult, pre-tattoos,
pre-war
pre-punk
Dyanna? Yeah.
phase.
So
Yeah.
with that, I'm having looked at it. I'm going to turn back to Garrick and go, "This one better."
Oh.
Ah.
In your voice.
Yeah, literally just
Ah.
deadpan. Just
We said this one better.
is
Yeah,
this
as
one
in-
better?
He looks like a young Dyanna.
Like how he remembers Dyanna.
I got that for the stream. Oh wait, I have that.
As a side note,
Hmm.
Hero Forge just added dragon shoulder pads.
Just in time.
There's a young Dyanna.
Hero
Yes,
Forge.
like
Are you watching Hero Forge?
I love
Are you
Forge.
here for rebellion?
I was
Um,
I was going to say, if we were looking for younger, if it was like the equivalent of looking for like photos of a young Dyanna, was it like, would it be more like MySpace era emo haircut or 80s frizz haircut? Like, so they'd be like, no, don't look at that. Oh God, what was I doing?
How much
yeah,
has the fashion changed in 150 years?
Fair amount.
My fashion has changed considerably.
You look like a roughly 100-year-old Dyanna, and Garrick turns to look at you and just stops in their tracks.
Fancy a shag.
Oh my
Jesus
god,
Christ.
yeah.
Oh
Zeek! What the actual
Holy
fuck?
shit!
It
Are we
started
the
so nice of just taxes and Garrett flirting, and now it's gone to fucking this.
Oh no, I'm turning to all of you. Just fancy a shag.
Hey, who the fuck do you think I am?
Kinda fucked up.
Are we the
I mean,
bad
I'm having,
guys?
Who the fuck do you think I am, man?
I haven't had a
Rolls.
drink all day.
There's Garrick
This
when
is-
he was younger too.
Oh, I'm gonna turn into him next.
I would like to think that there's a picture of them somewhere as well.
Yeah, maybe in your
Somewhere
old room, or
that
maybe not on the wall, but somewhere.
no,
that
God
you have
no, somewhere that he kept. He kept
Yeah.
it somewhere. Why not?
Yeah, Zeke has been an asshole, but out of all of the faces that are present, he purposely does not change into either her mother or her father. He makes a point of not going into those ones.
Yeah,
Mimics everyone else in the room.
I will say, to your vision, when you use this Eldritch Invocation, as we have established, you see two similar height orc men who are literally taking chisels and sculpting your face, as they sort of look towards Garrick and like, oh, everyone's a critic, and as they disappear from your
And then he's
view,
gonna turn
as
and
Garrick,
say, I know, right? I think you guys did a really good job.
as
Get
Garrick is
talking to
just,
the air.
for the first time tonight, but not the first time since you met him, just speechless.
Miserable.
Well done, Zeke. He's not speaking anymore. You've done a good job.
Okay,
Oh,
very, very funny. Very, very funny.
yes.
Tickle.
Very
Tickle me.
hilarious.
Mm.
Because Dyanna just wants to shag everything. Hey, anyway.
I mean, I said that I was doing it in everyone's faces.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it just happened to be yours was the because I saw it was like, oh, there's a paint in there. Gonna be Dyanna first, then gonna turn into Dewey, then gonna turn into
Young Dyanna, sure.
I look weird small.
you do look weird.
Yeah.
You do look weird
Real
small.
small.
Like 3.
Yeah.
Are you even dry? It's like 3 foot. Like it's...
I mean, if I had your spells, I think I'd end up being your height.
I'm gonna assume that those
not a spell.
mouses and
Darts.
pharaoh things were flying in the sky.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Not
Two of them, they had it. We wrecked their nest.
Weird deer, right?
Yep.
Oh dear. Yeah.
No.
I've not hunted a deer like it, to be honest. Alright. Did you end up taking the money from the Empire?
Yep.
We certainly did.
Good. Well, I recommend we get some sleep. It's going to be not too long before your bird plan.
Yeah. We nearly died. Today, was it the same day?
Yeah.
It's the same day, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same day. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we should definitely sleep. We all kind of nearly died, apart from Taxes, who is an invulnerable killing machine.
I nearly died. You lot nearly hallucinated to death.
I was fine.
I would.
That's just a giant bruise on my back where they try to stab me in the spine.
Fuck me.
That one got possessed by a ghost.
Oh, we cleared the tunnel.
The tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Harden's tunnel. What was...
It's filled with ghosts.
You cleared it? It was ghosts.
We'll
Okay.
talk about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Plural.
Got this
Okay.
cold hammer. It's rusting.
He's gonna roll a check to see if he recognizes that fucking hammer.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna.
should
I
stop
was
putting
gonna
my dice away. I keep
Yeah.
needing them.
I'm gonna talk to him.
I'm
Absolutely.
planning to derust it and bring it back to life, and so the spirit can keep fighting on.
Sometimes the dice tell the story.
In this time, I would like to. I guess these guys are staying here tonight, so I want to get some like blankets and pillows and sort of scatter them.
Fort.
What?
Pillow fort.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, just give it to I get these three are gonna stay in this.
What's up, Garrick? Do you recognize it?
That's Tundaf's hammer.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Nice.
The spirits were of people that were with the rebellion.
I'll put the bag down and wrap it as well.
Yeah, on my roll.
Sort out the sheath.
That's Gwyneth's bag of holding.
It looks like the where we found them was full of a gas, like a hallucinating gas, and it's making me wonder if that's how I think
They killed
that's
each other, man.
how they died.
They killed each other.
Fuck. Okay.
Day just gets better and better for Garrick, doesn't it?
Speaking of getting better and better,
No.
goblins have
don't.
entered this house.
Goblins!
We are. Oh, hi,
Have
We're
a
back.
raid from Scarlet Quinn.
We are being emotional right now. It's really
Emotional.
gross. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh.
Yeah, as in Dyanna's home, 50 years after rebellion, Garrick is looking at the remnants of this small party, and they just, yeah, I knew them quite well.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I assumed they were dead, captured, or turncoats. So it's good to know that they at least tried.
They
Dead
were
is
on the
better,
way
I think.
to warn us, and then they killed each other.
To warn.
So
They were planning to send a letter or like get a message out.
they were
What
warning,
message?
right?
I don't think it was a warning. It was
Is
just
it a message?
Oh, okay,
message.
yeah.
It might be in that bag.
Probably.
Yeah.
Can I guess open it up for the first time then.
Yeah, you open it up. You don't see it. It's empty. There's also no bottom to it. It just looks dark inside.
Oh yeah.
It's a motherfucking bag of holding.
Put my arm in. Obviously, it doesn't go too far because my arm is very short.
Yep, correct.
Hal.
Yeah.
Check. Stick your arm in there.
I stick my hand in it. Oh wow, this goes down. I just keep
Go
going.
right down to the shoulders. It's like physically impossible.
God.
If you allow me, he will fall in.
No.
Sure.
No.
He begins to fall into the bag.
Catch him.
I'll say you get to the shoulder before people grabbed you.
That was a very quick bag of holding. You will break it.
Must say, taxes with her muscles grabs onto Halite.
Pet on in, grab.
But I was thinking about a letter. I'm just gonna put that out.
Yes, I was gonna say, if you're thinking about something, you think about a letter or a message. You feel your hand grip something that feels like paper, and you pull it free.
Oh, thanks. I was not expecting it to be bottomless. I found this.
That'll probably
I handed
be
Garrick.
it. He takes it and it's like got like a
wax
string
seal?
tie to it. No, it's not even a wax seal. It's like a string tie. But undoes the parchment and just begins like shuffling through the papers. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Dear Albrosnar of the Eastern Kingdoms, we are a small group still defending Fenrion in the west. We are not many. We are strong. We have been fighting here for a long time. Many look to the east and they ask why the gunpowder came from there. They look east and ask if they are watching at all. I know you are. This war is not over. You still have time to make a difference here. I send with you one of your own who has seen the realities of this empire, seen what cruelty will come upon all of us. I hope this message finds you in time to still make a difference. Harley. The last part.
Gonna wander over to Dyanna and just grab the bottle that I handed to her earlier
It's
that
out.
day.
It's already out, and I have it, and you're not having it.
I'm not going to drink it.
I was gonna give it to him next.
Yeah, that's literally what I was about to do.
Same.
To
Piece of shit, but drink it instead.
He takes the bottle of this. Because that
It's
was just
whiskey.
lavender.
Really?
Oh, it's whiskey.
All right.
Whiskey?
Okay.
You said
So
you
Oh,
gave
no,
me the gin.
sorry, no, the
Lavender
whiskey.
gin.
It's the horrendous gin that you gave
It's
me.
the horrendous gin, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
The whiskey thing has got
He sort of
poison in
like
it.
tosses it in his hand a little bit and just throws it full pelt into the fire, and there's just like as the alcohol catches.
Brilliant.
You know what? I don't think it had actually made a difference between them. I wish they'd have at least made it. And you know what's the worst? It wasn't even the Empire. It was just a natural gas of.
Yeah.
Almost like the world itself was against us.
We know anyone who'd be able to, direct that gas? Because we blocked it up.
We released it.
And then we released it again into that area. Do you think there's a way that we could tap into it and get it to fill the keep?
I don't know. I don't know what the gas is you're talking about.
A good idea we could talk about tomorrow.
What was it? Trickster's
Yes.
gas?
It was that trickster's stuff.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Read the
I'm in a
room,
lot
bud.
of pain.
Gonna grab an empty glass and just fill it with water and just Gwynedd, Sundaf, Alexei, and Holland.
Gwynedd, Sundaf, Alexei, Harley. Dyanna, you're gonna want to keep hold of that blade, by the way.
Yeah, I will. I was gonna put it to good use.
Never knew much what it did. She was always pretty secretive about it, but
I'll find out.
you see what you do.
It will look like a very pretty blade when it's run right through some of these bastards.
Yep.
I'd like that. I'd really like that.
Just gonna pat Garrick on the shoulder.
And I'm gonna go and give him a big ol' hug. A
Takes it.
sexually charged hug.
Sexually charged.
You're still muscle bound.
Do you still look like
No, I dropped it.
Yeah, cool. He just he hugs back. You know what? The Hill Inn isn't going to be closed for a good few hours yet. The night is young, and we are alive. We are alive. So let's make use of that and drink and / or be merry.
Exactly.
I'm in
Be merry.
a lot of pain.
I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna keep an eye on this guy. I'm just turning to look at Dyanna and be like, "Yeah,
Which guy?
Dewey."
Oh.
Yeah,
You're
he
in a lot
hasn't.
of pain.
He didn't
Well,
say
allow me
what he
to-
said last
yeah.
week loud enough for the rest of you to hear it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
If you're in a lot of pain, good sir, then please do allow me to bear your burden. And he picks you up.
No.
If you allow him.
That's
And
exactly what
begins
tall
to-
people want. Yeah.
I pick Garrick up.
It's like a little train.
And you begin
And taxes
working your way towards a night of.
Oh, I'm
There's
actually
something I
gonna
want to do.
Yes,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
say, yeah.
This is very much the closing scenes for today's episode. Go for it.
I'm climbing inside the little pillow fort that I've made myself because it's literally just like 2 pillows and and one
Yeah.
blanket because I'm tiny.
If yeah, sorry, go Halite. What?
He's gonna stay awake most of the night. He's gonna cut some of the meat off the wyvern and
Sure.
just stuff like that. But he's gonna stay up most of the night working on this warhammer to clean it, refurbish it,
Are you in?
Yeah.
and repaint the symbol on it because he's got painter's key. He's got smithing's tools and stuff like that.
Cool. So there's 3 rooms, yeah. These guys are
Yes,
in the main
there is
room
the sort of
sleeping.
the main sort of sitting living room. There is
And
a
there's my room, and then
Diana's room, and there is your parents' old room. I will say there's also like a sort of water closet area as well.
I mean, a water closet.
Thank you for following.
Bathroom sort of area.
I mean,
Yeah.
if Garrick
But you
is
can
doing-
have that room, and I wanted somewhere quiet. Is
I
Garrick
can
going
go-
out? Is he still going out?
Garrick is going out. Yeah.
Okay.
They are
Then if
drinking
Garrick's
to
going
memories.
out, then I will use my parents' old room / Garrick's room for privacy, while everyone is not in there.
Mhm.
And Pal is making a fuck ton of noise.
I can go to the warehouse if you want, then.
It's more like sanding, so it's not like pang, pang, pang. It's more like shh, shh,
Yeah.
as he's
It's
like taking the
fine.
rust off of. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And yeah, I will just sit on the bed and I will open the book. My book.
There is
I
a
will-
brief moment as your hand is on the book, and then you open the pages, and you just feel yourself falling forward, and your eyes, like they never closed, and yet they open. You feel them open into this strange miasma. Not even miasma, because miasma implies a gas rather than just branches and branches of moving paths in all 3 dimensions wrapping around themselves. But you know the path to follow as you reach this sort of central plateau, upon which you see a figure is sat on a chair, looking generally away, her nose in a book.
I will go and speak to Mama. Yay.
Hello, Dyanna.
Hey, Mom.
Again, I have all your mother's memories. But if you wish to call me mother, that is
What
something
else
I would...
would I call you? What do you want me to call you?
I would like you to call me mother, I think.
Oh.
Yes, I would.
Ow. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I could do that. I could do that. I mean, that's your name, so. So, yeah. Can you teach me some things? Oh, I have a question as well.
Of course.
So, you're my mother's memories, right? Up until a
I
certain
am...
point?
Your mother gave me many of her memories. She made me herself in many ways. There are some things that she obviously has learned since my creation, and some things that she kept from me.
Okay. What was the last memory that she gave you?
The last memory that Thalia gave me was fear of a world in which magic users would not be safe. The last memory was a all-consuming need to make sure that not only were you safe, but you had the tools you needed to make yourself strong in this world.
Why did she do that?
You see, like, a furrowed brow. I don't know. There was something on the horizon that could end well or badly or a mixture of the paints. She was worried it would end badly, and perhaps that is the case.
Do you know when she made you?
The last reference to a year, based on what we have discussed previously, put us somewhere in the region of 53 years hence? Somewhere around there.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. I have a new sword.
Wonderful.
Can
It would be like the blade singers of old.
Can you teach me how to use it and dance with it and imbue magic into it so I can sing and dance and also kill people at the same time?
Well, when I say the blade singers of old, that is oddly enough.
Ha.
I was not myself familiarly acquainted with such arts, but I knew many who were. I believe I have the skill to teach you this, even though I do not possess the exact talent myself.
What did you
No,
what
yes, I do. I do.
What discipline did you learn?
Or more accurately, Faria, was more interested in perceiving what was, is, and could be. Divination.
That makes a lot of sense.
Suppose I must have seemed distant at times. It's not an easy burden, knowing what might come.
Yeah.
But we're not here to discuss that. The Bladesinger, an ancient elven art, and she begins to paint like with her chalk, just like incredibly accurate battle stances with longsword drawn at the side, and you see it vibrate into a song that is produced with the words of magic. As she teaches you about blade singing,
Yeah.
and with that, unless anybody has something particularly pressing,
I was gonna say,
yeah.
taxes will go with Garrick, but that can wait till next stream.
Sure. And I'll say we'll probably pick up that next time, as over the course of the evening and a long rest, you guys level up.
Hey!
Hey.
Blade singing.
Wait, are you placing now?
Blade singer now.
Oh, second, level
Yeah.
2 for wizards, isn't it?
Level 2
Shit.
wizards, blade singer.
I actually don't get anything, so I was gonna ask you a few things. Things that I get, I've already got. So I was gonna ask you if I could.
Cool.
do
You let me know.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. Gwyneth's bag is a bag of holding, as you determined.
Identify.
Yes. And you would learn in
You need
your
like
time
a special
here
crystal for that, don't you?
with your mother or with a long rest, that the weapon you picked up, the longsword, from Alexei, is a dragon's wrath longsword.
Fucking could have used that like a session ago, Sam.
Currently in its slumbering state.
What is it? Oh,
I will link that into our chat. That is
Yeah.
something from Fizban's Treasury of Dragons.
Enjoy. Jealous. Very
Okay.
jealous.
very jealous.
I will say it is slumbering currently, but always has the potential to reach states of awakening. With that said, we have been Rapid Riders and the Fumble folks. Thank you so much for the raids that have come through.
Yes, guys, thank you very much.
And yeah.
Remember, if any of you don't know, we've got a Discord that you can join. I'm gonna write the word in here, and it probably won't pop up because I wrote Discord instead. Hey guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's show. I want you all to hop onto our Discord.
I feel that's like apt.
Get on this Discord.
Right.
Hashtag Discord.
I will carry
what we are, so yeah.
Grab my wood and say.
There you go, buddy. I got you.
Thank you. Book is in the way.
Oh jeez.
Your boomer is showing.
God, we really need those cages.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'm
A young supple boy.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh no.
Supple.
The word supple fucks up
Supple.
Yeah, the
everything,
word supple
right?
is just a bit weird.
It fucks up everything it gets attached to.
Anyway,
With that,
we at Fumble folks are pretty happy at the moment because recently we released our second one shot that you can actually get and play yourselves. Let me pop the link, and I can do the link for this because I copy and pasted it. So there we go. There's a bit.ly link that's gone in there, and that will lead to the drive-through RPG for Relic of the Lost Kingdom. Basically made lovely by Bree and Ben because they are good at that kind of thing.
I just put scribblings down. Bree's the one who made it actually look like a professional document.
Look like a professional document, but you made it sound like a professional document.
Stop sucking each other off.
No, Doran, you can't make me.
It is a great start level one shot. If you've got friends that haven't played D&D before, they're kind of interested in it and want something to get started with, then it's a really good choice to start them with.
It is designed to be for new DMs and new players alike, with a 4K map included.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Yeah.
Two.
Some of them
gridded.
incarnate skills.
Oh, yes.
You've seen Ben use before.
And also printable maps as well.
Printable maps as well.
Yeah.
4K is
all
not
for
very nice for
$5.
printers.
All for all for £3.99.
$3.75 or something like that.
Close enough.
$3.99. I know. Yeah. Cool. So for the rest of the week, we have Sarah again doing Nuzlocke Pokemon.
Ooh, I mean, it's going well so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mega hype better than last week.
You being sarcastic, it actually is going well.
No, general mega hype last week.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like
genuinely.
that. I'm happy for you.
Hopefully it
Are you being
continues.
sarcastic right
No.
now?
No, I have a 19 in deception, goddammit. No, yes. No. No. Yeah, a little bit. No, it's fine. Yeah, and we don't have anything else. We have Cthulhu on Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I
It's
was
so
actually thinking
quiet.
that I might take a quick Friday stream if that's okay,
Ooh.
because I would like to play a game called Unpacking, which is apparently very wholesome, and is apparently going to make me feel all the little feels.
Ah,
So I
Okay.
would like to play. I would like an occasion to play that. So I'm gonna play
Okay.
that on stream.
well, we'll have a
Unpacking.
wholesome stream on Friday night. Lovely.
Hello. And then everyone loses their goddamn minds on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
That's the plan.
yeah. And then we're back for Rapid Riders next week, so that's cool. Yeah. That's it. Cool. We're gonna raid some people called, and I know you like this name. They are called the Hex Daddy.
Yes.
This
You
is
are
the
correct.
band. The Hex Daddy.
Definitely the vibe tonight.
It's a vibe. It's tonight's vibe. So yeah. Ooh, girl, let's go. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. It went a bit nuts.
Boris, son of John, is now officially canon.
And thirsty in places.
And he is thirsty, correct.
I'm still gonna stab that
I
man.
accidentally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a thing. It happened. Anyway, so.
You accidentally seduced Boris, son of John. It's fine.
Shush.
You could just send him back.
Yeah, Boris, son of John, or John's son, as
Nah,
in other names.
Don't flow off the tongue as well.
Please,
No.
please
Connect,
rate
yes,
this.
if you must.
Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, we will see you again tomorrow, and Friday and Sunday. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.